Mm-hmm.
All right. How you doing, John?
Oh, I'm good. I'm doing good. Doing good today.
All
Ready to
right.
kick things off in a big way. We got a pretty awesome guest coming on tonight. Um, and I mean, I can already tell just by looking at the chat that it's blowing up already. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I'm imagining it's
I'm
going to be a
excited.
good show. So
I've been anticipating it for several weeks now.
yeah,
I really like Jamie. She's a very knowledgeable person,
yeah,
and
yeah,
she brings something special to the camera when she gets on because she's a little
yeah, yeah.
catty, a little fierce. I like it.
I
So,
got you. Got you.
what are your updates, John? You
Um,
got anything new this week?
anything new? I just had some ASFs drop today. As of today, I checked them, and they're doing good. Um, it is my youngest daughter's birthday today. So she is celebrating. We celebrated yesterday. So she's with her mom tonight. But yeah, she turned 8 years old. It reminds me every day that I'm getting old. Piece by piece. Yeah, yeah. She's doing great though. She's the only one that came out blonde headed. It was kind of odd, but yeah, she my last kid. She came out with blonde hair and light colored eyes. All the other ones got dark hair and brown eyes. So it's pretty wild. Um,
Well, we pulled Jamie up. She'll be able to tell you why.
you're right. Yeah, science teacher gonna tell me, oh yeah, your genetics and this and this. Yeah, yeah. I always say it's like, oh, it's I was blonde headed when I was a kid, and I'm like, well, no, there's probably some recessive traits, and the more times that you have kids, the yeah, yeah. I
You
love
didn't
that
you didn't know
aspect.
you was set for that, did you?
No, not at all. Mailman's. That's a good one, Nick. That is a good one. He said mailman's baby.
So, anything else other than ASFs and stuff? I understand you had some new merch drops.
Yeah, yeah, some new merch drops. I did post about those. Some pretty witty, funny t-shirts out there on Void Century serp.myshopify.com. If you guys could tap in, you can find the link in on my IG page. There's some pretty funny shirts out there. Um,
Yeah,
I
so
haven't
I'm repping
ordered
the
any.
Void City tonight.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah. Quality shirts, quality prints on the shirts. It's where it's at. Yeah. So
Yeah,
if
yeah,
if I have the time, I'll pop one up later on in the show and kind of give everybody a point of reference for some of the funny shirt sayings and stuff. So
yeah.
um,
So, if you want to present anything, pull it up on your computer and give me that picture and that little present button, and I'll pull it up for you.
okay, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So,
good.
I got a design that I'm going to pull up later, front and back, for the shirt for the new channel.
Yeah,
I'm kind of excited about that because we've got our sponsors on there, and I think it's going to be pretty cool. Uh, so other than that, we got all the hatchlings out of the incubator. They're all separated. Um, we had three of them take first meal, and I just offered again tonight. Also, that hatchling that's been giving me fits and not eating for forever, and I've had to assist feed. Well, he finally started taking on his own, so he's on his
yeah,
second meal. Had his second meal tonight.
nice,
Um, so I went through all the younger ones and fed everybody tonight, and then
right,
tomorrow it's going to be water changes and cleaning.
yeah,
Um, the other exciting news is my lesser clown female is finally, I believe, ready for her prelay shed. She's super hypo right now,
yeah,
and I'm really anticipating the drop of that shed. Set the clock for 45 ish, and I'm anxious to collect some eggs on that because that's gonna put me where I need to be project wise.
yeah,
Um, for the Xanthic stuff anyway.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Your version of his Xanthic, right? Yeah, obviously.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
tonight has some conflicting stuff when it comes to Xanthic, but
A very poor idea. Yeah. And Jamie's going to tell you it's the sexy kind or nothing.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Hey, listen, I gotta agree with her. The dark Xanthic stuff looks bad, looks
I'm not
good in
mad.
my
I like
book.
it all.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
it all, but one man can't work it all. So
Nice, nice.
uh,
G Paul's wife actually just said that their shirts arrived. They ordered the Odds Gods t-shirt. If you guys did not see that shirt, Val had it on when we had Val on was last week. He wore the shirt or 2 weeks ago. I can't remember exactly, but the Odds Gods t-shirt, you can find that over on my shop as well. It also comes in the hoodie.
yeah,
You have both. So
there's
hit
Jesse Joe. We got Row 5.0 in the house.
Chondro guy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's who I thought
he,
that
he
was.
come
Yeah.
on Instagram live with me briefly one night.
Yeah, I remember because I
yeah.
hopped in late and was that when I was driving home that night?
I think it may have been the night you slept on the interstate, man.
I don't remember.
When you was going after them snakes.
Probably could have been. Who knows?
Yeah. So we got my man Jim Exotics. What's up? So your disco clown you sent me is doing wonderful. He's smashing food.
Nice.
Of course, there's Mr. Void himself double dipping.
Yeah,
we got Christopher Walker in the house.
Just a little bit.
And Tarantula Fairy, what's up? What's up? Look who made it. My partner Jody. We got Professor Python, Jamie herself double dipping.
There we go. There we go.
We got Bosa in the house.
What's up, Bosa?
We got the Sasquatch fellow right here that was running late today. So we got big homie Sean in the house.
Yeah, he's been showing some love on IG pretty heavy. I appreciate it a lot, Sean.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. I need to quit slacking and do some screenshot and do some posting and thank people because yeah. I just been swamped and you know how life is sometimes.
Oh,
we got our big worm. Got Fallen Angel Morphs. Thanks for coming in.
I haven't seen that one yet. Thanks.
We got my man Dennis. He is another true ghost fanatic.
Okay.
We got the man Nick 666. And we got Draco. I like that name.
That's cool.
Kiko, my man, what's up?
That's the guy for plants right there.
Yeah. If you're into any kind of carnivorous or any kind of plants, really, the man knows his stuff.
Absolutely.
Ocelus reptiles, they have been a staple here lately in the chat, and I do appreciate it. Let's see if we've missed anybody. Oh, we got Mitzi. She's always here.
Love,
yep. Everywhere. And there's Jamie again, congratulating.
Yep. We got
G Paul's wife, Karina.
Yep.
How's G Paul doing tonight? He's doing some schoolwork. We got my man Brave.
Yeah, Brave's in a lot of chats too. He's
he's
very active.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
We got Summer. She's here local.
Okay.
Zach, my man Zach Ross, my son. He's another ride or die.
Okay.
And I think that sums us up. We're caught up. We got 18 in here. I appreciate the likes, follows, and what do you say we quit fooling around and bring the special guest in?
Right. Yeah. I got to bring her in. Yeah, got to give her a soapbox now. Here we go.
Yeah, absolutely. How you doing? Welcome.
Good. How are you guys?
Doing good. Doing good.
Good.
So
enjoying our heat here in California.
Yeah, I'm jealous. Weather was bipolar here today. It was pretty nice this morning, and then it went into overcast and a little bit of rain, and then it went to snow, and then it was sunny again. And I'm like, oh gosh, I don't know where I'm.
And now there's about a 1/4 inch snow on the ground all over all over everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my man Dickie Foster just popped in. He snuck in.
Yeah. And then what else? What else do we have? The wind was unbearable today. You know,
Yeah.
we're working at the cable company. Me and wind don't get along at all. It is not it.
I mean,
Yeah.
where it's not snowing here, but it's nice 70 degrees. I shouldn't be complaining. It's like 80. So
I'll
I'm
trade
okay
you.
with 75 and sunny.
We can trade. I'm okay with it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'll
So-
be fine.
So how about I step out of the way and give you the soapbox a little bit? There's a lot of
Sure.
new faces in the chat, and there's going to be more people watching later. Go ahead and
Yeah.
introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do.
For sure. Hi, I am Jamie Ostrander. I'm with Professors Pythons is my business. I am a middle school teacher. Currently I teach middle school is what I should say. I teach 6th, 7th, and 8th grade science, as well as an elective period that usually consists of theater. Although this trimester coming up, we're doing kind of like a mad scientist elective where we're just going to do random experiments. Not quite my idea, but hey, you got to do what your boss says. With that being said, I use my ball pythons in the classroom. I have them here at my house as well as in my classroom. The main focus where I use them is I have my 6th graders who learn about basic genetics. They get to pick out a pair, and we get to predict using Punnett squares what the babies will look like. So they go through the whole process. And they get to see the final results, hopefully, before the school year's out. If not, I usually do a live when they start to pip, if it's over the summer. But then I bring them back in and we look at what their predictions were and how accurate they were, as well as, what went awry. So just having science in action, firsthand. As well as the fact that, trying to have a creature in the classroom that is misunderstood by a lot of people is very, very helpful and beneficial to correcting rumors or things that, culture and media put out there about snakes. So, yeah, that's what I do.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I know that the big stigma, growing up as a kid, it's like, oh, stay away from the snakes. All the snakes are bad snakes and this and that. And by the time I made it to high school, it was the first time I actually interacted with a snake in my biology class, believe it or not. So my science teacher, he was also my football coach. And it was the coolest thing ever. He had this albino corn snake that he just kept, by his desk, and kids would go take it out and everything. And I'm like, cool, but keep it over there. I had that I was always curious and I'd always touch stuff, but I still had that conditioning to believe that snakes were kind of a little shifty and a little, not right. But it's really cool that you're breaking that stigma at an earlier age for these kids. A lot of them, they're getting exposure to things in a big way for that possibility. Not all kids are going to go to college necessarily. Not all kids are going to want to be nurses and doctors and engineers. Some kids are just like, hey, I want to be the weird snake guy that talks on YouTube one day. That's you never would think that, but bringing that into reality for them is fascinating, and showing them, hey, there's alternative methods to being successful in life. And what does success look like to you, as a child growing up? You're like, they're looking at you and they're like, hey, my science teacher has all these awesome animals and she's so happy and she's so full of energy and loves what she does and this and that. And they're like, I want to be like her. That you inspire, some potential children to become something, mimic in a sense of hey, I remember that is a staple in my memory moving forward. I want to grow up to be that way.
Yeah.
Which is fascinating.
And then I'm peppy as sometimes. Nick, you got to hang out with me more often. You know me on the computer side of the screen, not the in-person side.
I know
Hi.
she likes the DoorDash late night sweets.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Great. Well, you guys are always on video, like talking about cookies and specifically James's cookies. And I'm like,
Yeah.
ugh. But yeah. One of the things I really noticed with the snakes and having a creature that does have all those social and cultural stigmatisms and things like that is that you start to see it reflect in other things. So they start to question certain things that are talked about in culture. They start to question things that society and to literally analyze and think about it and form their own opinion, which, you know, in middle school is a great time to start going in that direction, is analyzing, not just taking what is fed to us.
Right.
And so, you know, and or not judging a book by its cover. You know, a snake is, oh wait, this snake is really friendly and kind even though it's a snake. Which is, to me, is nice. And you know, a lot of times I talk to them. I watched a documentary on Netflix, and it really phrased it beautifully, in my opinion, how humans treat animals. We treat them, or we tend to treat them like they're another human, and they're not. I mean, obviously they're not, but to the point that we think that they communicate like we do, and majority of them do not communicate the way that we do. So, you know, with us being a higher level thinking animal, I'll use that lightly, you know, I think it is our responsibility to learn how other animals communicate, so that if we're going to interact with them, that we interact with them, that we don't assume they communicate the same way we do, that we're watching their body language, and that we, if we want to interact with them, like hold them or touch them or swim with them or go in their environments, that we are figuring out how to do it mutually, and to be able to, so to avoid being hurt, us being hurt, to avoid them being hurt, to do all that. So yeah, I just thought, you know, hey, it's our responsibility to learn their language too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
What's up, John? How you doing?
A big tendency to personify creatures that aren't necessarily capable of the same emotional spectrum we are, but it's almost like human nature to force a sense of relatability. Like you find yourself doing it all the time with people who may have differing opinions. You're like, okay, I got to find a way to meet a common ground so that we have something to talk about, something to communicate about. You know, and it's we do it with animals too. You're right, absolutely. We have a tendency to say, "Oh, look at how cute! It loves me," and I'm sorry to tell you, but your snake does not know what love is. In the same way
it
that
knows
you
what
do.
desire is and comfort.
Right. Yeah.
And fear.
I mean, it registers.
And they seek out safety.
Yeah.
So, I mean, perfect
stability.
example that I can offer would be a rescue that I took in. He had stuck shed. He had burn on his tail. He was not kept in great conditions when I went to get the snake, right? So when I first got him, he'd rather eat my face off than look at me. I mean, quite literally, up and automatically on defense, you know.
Well, we're predators to them.
Yeah.
Our majority,
100%.
I mean, we're big. We walk on 2 feet. Our eyes are in the front of our face, which is a predator stance. You know,
and a lot of people don't realize, yes, snakes are predators, but they are also prey.
Yes.
100%, they are also prey.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing, you know, until he realized, okay, well, I'm starting to feel more comfortable here. My parameters are right. I've got the right heat. I've got a cool end to go to. I've got a hide where I didn't have before. I've always got fresh water. This big ugly thing keeps feeding me rats, which I like. You know, I've got pictures of this same snake. Like, I opened up a tub that he was in at that point in time. He's in a 4x2x2 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's periscoping out of this tub to come hang out. Like he would literally crawl up on my shoulder and just hang out, because he's comfortable there.
Mhm.
Also, a larger male. He was like 2,600, 2,700 gram, right? I actually thought he was a female when I first got it. There's sometimes he'll refuse food, right? And he'll go right by the frozen thawed or fresh killed rat and climb up my arm and hang out around my neck while I feed the rest of the animals. So that to me is crazy because I'm handling rats and he'd rather hang out around my neck than pay any attention to them. So I get it. They seek out safety and where they feel comfortable, and they have moods just like everybody else.
Yeah.
Yes, they do not show love in the same manner. They do not show those kind of emotions the same way. They don't develop intimate connection with their owners, so to speak.
Yeah.
They very much do express how they feel.
Oh yeah, yeah.
For sure, and I totally agree with that. And like if anyone ever says that ball pythons or snakes don't have personalities, they're wrong. They do.
Oh yeah,
They're wrong. But not the same as a human personality, perchance, or even a dog personality. They do have variation. Mine found comfort in my.
yeah. So Bobby had one get out and he couldn't find it, and it got up in the motor.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
That is crazy. I mean, one of my favorite things that my students always ask me, like new or yeah, we all get it as snake breeders, I would say, is can it bite me or does it bite? And I go, if I make you mad enough, are you going to punch me?
Yeah, that's
fair. You fear for your life,
fair.
or are you gonna, hide your head, or are you gonna lash out? Those are your only two choices.
Yeah, I go. But the good thing is, most animals will say, "Hey, you're making me uncomfortable. Hey,
Yeah.
but you need to understand how they're gonna say that." Yeah, anything that has teeth can bite. I go, do you have a mouth? Does that mean
Yeah.
you bite me if I make you mad enough?
Yeah.
So.
And it's identifying, and I'm sure through teaching and things like that, you identify triggers to them. Like, hey, listen, look, this is what a trigger is. This is when you're not supposed to do that. They're puffing up. They're kind of in defense posture in the corner. They're quick to jerk their head away from you, things like that. Those are signs of agitation. You're like, hey, I'm uncomfortable. I'm going to try to run away. And that's their first trigger is to run. They want to flee. But if they're to a point where they can't flee, that's when they turn and like, okay, now I got to go on the offense and I got to retaliate in a sense to correct, like to get myself some distance, to get myself more comfortable.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah.
So for all the people who don't know you, what is your primary focus in breeding? Like, you've talked a little bit of what you do with the snakes. Now let's talk about the genetics and what you prefer to work with.
Yeah. So I got into I got my first official ball python. I want to say in 2014, 2015. And it was a spider from Craigslist. And that's when I got it for my classroom. And that's when I taught all-inclusive 6th grade, wanted it as a classroom pet. But at that point in time, my brother was really getting into the breeding and the morph side of it. And I saw exanthic ball pythons. And I was like, damn, I want one of those. Of course, outside my price range at that point in time, as a new teacher. Or at least outside of what I was planning on spending for the costume pet. So I got the spider because I thought the spider was really pretty. Her name's Cleo. She's still in my classroom. I still have her. I've bred her once. Will not be breeding her again, just because I don't want to pass on the balance issue with the ears possibility, kind of thing. So that now I've moved on. And my focus is heavily Xanthic because I've finally been able to get some Xanthics, good Xanthics. So, you know, one of my main goals is that all of the snakes that I have in my collection have het Xanthic in them or visual Xanthic. Specifically, I work TSK. The reason I went with TSK is because I felt, because that's always a question, I felt like VPI, there was so much out there. And because of there's so much being out there, there was lots of examples of really good TSK, or not TSK, VPI, and really bad VPI. And then I kind of felt that TSK was the next rung of the ladder. There was still a little bit less out there than VPI. And there was more good examples than bad that I could find at that point in time. And then, I mean, as you go up the rungs, like MJ and Jollof and all those are also, some of those are really, really good, but way outside my price range. As well as there's not as many people working them either. So with that, I'm a closet VPI fan. Sure. You know what I am?
Only the good examples.
I am a black and white Xanthic fan. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Whether it's TSK, VPI, MJ, I love like the grayscale. I love the snake looking like it has that gray filter on it. The old school monochrome look.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll even say black and white's not even my fave. I prefer more of the gray and white, or not gray and white, gray and black than the black and white.
Yeah,
my
100%.
preference more so. I definitely love patterns. So a lot of the stuff that I work with the TSK are more pattern alteration things, granite genes. I mean, and I'm trying to really work that high contrast too, the white and the black, but just really popping there. What else can I throw in there? But yeah, I mainly work the TSK line. I have a couple little tiny projects here within it. I love Tri-Stripe and have been throwing TSK and Tri-Stripe together, working on that project right now. I'm working on a granite gene with TSK. I'm working a couple triple recessives double recessives with TSK because TSK is a recessive. But yeah, the current project that's going on in my classroom is we have a super butter that I got. Let's see your favorite project. Okay, I can show you some in a little bit. Hold on. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Hi.
Behind
I
the
have
curtain.
ADD. Hi.
Yeah.
And I was not diagnosed until I was an adult. Or actually, I'm still not diagnosed, but yeah.
Self-diagnosed.
Yeah.
But anyhow, Tri-Stripe. Wait, God, now you got me all like, where was I? Oh, I like dark stuff too. I'm like looking at my racks, going
sold. She sold. Let's go. Dark Morph all day. Let's go.
Oh, classroom. What's this year's classroom pairing? Okay, so we've got a super butter female, and I got her on Craigslist, so I don't know what else is in her. She corkscrews, so we're trying to figure out if she's got something else, what she has else in her, or if it was from an incubator issue. So we're pairing her to an Xanthic, TSK Xanthic het pied, just simply because of the fact that that shouldn't show up. They shouldn't show up as babies. Any visuals? We talked about it. It was between two boys that the kids were thinking about, and I leaned them more towards the Xanthic het pied just because we talked about how it would be easier to predict versus I forgot who the other partner was. I think the other partner was Nougat, who is a chocolate GHI pastel het exanthic, which is really complicated. When you start to get so many multiple genes, it's hard to get the kids to accurately predict what the babies are going to look like. And most of them don't know about the genetic calculator or anything like that. So usually I show that.
Show them the cheat sheet, would you?
Huh?
You wouldn't show them Morph Market where they can go, I got 16% for this and 9% for this.
We use Punnett squares. Punnett squares. So
she got to teach them the longhand form, make them do the work, make them actually learn it. Because Nice. Well, and I'm thinking, have you taken a black light over her? You know, you said she's a super butter, so obviously she's a white snake with blue eyes because you're in the Bell complex.
She's super solid white, no pattern popping up.
Right. And you've black lighted her and still just mostly solid white snake.
Yeah. So this is gonna be interesting. I'm hoping she lays. This is not. I mean, her. This will be her second clutch. Her first clutch, I just made a bunch of bells because I paired her with another bell. But we'll see.
Yeah.
So
we'll see.
Have you ever tried the black light over just one of her sheds?
One of her sheds? I have not done that.
Yeah. Sometimes you can see different things when it's off of the snake. Sometimes.
I'll have to try that next time.
Maybe give that a shot if you're not going to do the genetic testing thing or the breeding. You know, if you don't pull enough genetics out of your pairing, maybe you can try that.
That's a good point.
That's
a fair. And Nick, you're right. In certain Bell stuff, it doesn't.
She's got really tiny eyes too, but did any of the babies in the first class have a wobble or a corkscrew? Not that I could tell at that time, but wobbles and corkscrews don't necessarily show up right off the bat. I sold them all. So for the 3 to 4 months that I had the babies, I did not see any corkscrews or wobbles. So
any of the quote unquote like stargazing where they go?
No. No. They didn't have any. They seemed healthy and happy. I mean,
that's good. Yeah.
Did you say she had small? Was it one small eye or both?
She had small eyes. None of the babies did though. Dad was a Mojave lesser, and he had big eyes.
Yeah.
They usually have bug eyes.
Yeah, they pop
I
out.
I had a super low, lesser female that had the eyes.
I don't know what it is about lesser in the Bell complex, but you put lesser in there and it just goes boop. Them eyes get big. You start getting some shark mouthing pretty heavy too, which is pretty wild. Yeah.
Now I've noticed with like chocolate, sometimes one of them will come out small eyes, or one small eye.
It's just, I think. I mean, I'll be 110% honest. It's all the overbreeding that occurs in the industry, and the breeding of baby to parent and all of that jazz. So the more diversity you can get, the better. In reality, that's why I usually am very happy to give friends or family friends TSK to work into their collection, because then I'm in hopes of being able to just swap so that we can just mix up gene pools a little bit better for that diversity.
Yeah, I mean, line breeding is a good thing to an extent, and then you got to refresh things.
Yeah. We were talking inbreeding coefficient
Last show wasn't it?
Last show, I think. Yeah, we were talking inbreeding coefficient, and you notice it pretty relevant in your rodents. Because your rodents, that's not something that you have necessarily all the control in the world over, unless you're pulling the male out constantly and just and replacing, and then splintering colonies that aren't brother sister. You take a male out of this one, take females out of this one, and put them together. That kind of stuff, to where you can be more aggressively selective with the genetics, so you're not dancing around that. What is it, 1 in 23? I think it's what I said, 1 to 23.
I think 1 in 23, something like that.
It is for most rodents is 1 in 23, and that's what I was asking. I was like, does anybody know what the snake inbreeding coefficient is? Because you hear all the time people are doing line breeding and son to daughter, son to mother, dad to daughter, and then offspring are breeding, and then it's like, okay, I'm dancing too close to a line of making snakes that look funny. Like you're gonna have something,
So I
drive,
can speak,
the banding, all that stuff.
I can speak more specifically on the rodent side of things. The Norwegians, especially, because they have a lower inbreeding coefficient than the African soft furs.
Right.
And I don't know exactly why that is. I just know that it is. The first thing you'll notice when you're getting close to that coefficient number is their breeding life cycle, right? They'll stop producing sooner, and they'll also have smaller numbers.
Yeah.
In their litter size. So that's what kind of when you're dancing with a little fire right there. You start dwindling down in your count, and you notice your females and your males are not hanging in there as long. Because typically rodent breeders will rotate out. I found a good average number is 6 months, and they pull them out, even though they have a lifespan of 3 years, give or take. Right. They'll only actively breed them for about 6 months of their life.
Yeah. So that poses my next question, Jamie. Do you breed your own rodents or do you buy?
I buy.
Okay.
Ain't nobody got time for that shit.
It's a full-time job in itself.
No judgment. Yeah, like you said, Carl, you're a rodent breeder that also has snakes.
Because I was gonna sit here and go, I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
I get. Yeah.
I don't have time for that. I will just fork out the money instead of the smell and the time and all that jazz.
A lot of time. So I joke all the time.
It balances.
Yeah. There is a balance there. Sometimes time's worth more than money.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But it's all about passion for me, really, because I enjoy working with the rats. I don't like cleaning their poop.
No, that's the worst. Hey, let me
tell you, I like
you,
working with the animals.
Mice are worse. Mice are 1,000 times worse, and the only reason I get them is because you always come back to some other reason why I need to get mice again, and I'm like, man, I thought I got away from them. And then it's like, Carl's like, hey, you got mice? I'm like, yeah.
So Nick brings up an interesting point. It's truth. They're way more work than the snakes. Yeah. It's 100% accurate. I joke all the time that I spend more time looking at mouse or rat balls than I do dealing with snakes. So you gotta separate your males from your females so you don't have surprise litters and things, or you're picking out your breeders.
Yeah.
I also would just have a hard time emotionally with feeding or raising my own and then feeding them. I would have to, I mean, I could do it. Like, don't get me wrong. I could do it because I do. I have a few snakes that will not eat frozen thawed for the life of me. And so I have a local pet shop that I go to and I buy them from him, or occasionally if there's breeders in town that are capable of bringing me some of their overflow or stock like that, I buy them from them. And I've recently have connected with a breeder who's actually willing to gas his and frozen thaw it for me, his overstock. And I'm like, sweet. But Yeah, breeding my own, I think I would have a lot of feeder fails. Um, not
That
foster
become-
fails, just feeder fails.
Yeah, they become long-term pets. It's like, look how cute that
pet.
rat is. Like, it's so
They would
cute.
become breeders. Like,
Yeah.
like I would end up having ones
do
that I
that.
want to just,
Mhm.
yeah.
I do that. I sure do. I pull out the ones that I like, and I group breeding colonies together based on appearance, and I try to play with the genetics with the rats as well. Because when I first started, I got my line from a breeder line. So I had Dumbos, I had Rex, I had Siamese. I've got all kinds of different stuff mixed in there, and I was able to selectively breed and pull things out, and it's fun. You know, because it's a lot faster paced than pairing two snakes and waiting 6 months, 8 months, 2 years, 4 years to see a clutch. You know, I don't know. It was satisfying to me anyway.
So
No,
I
it
have a
is fun.
freezer. I buy frozen thawed. I do have a process for my frozen thawed when feeding. It doesn't take as long as people like to complain about. You just have to get into a routine just like you would with live.
Yeah. Are you a hot water bucket type person?
Yep.
You put them in a bag in the hot water. Let it run cool.
Well,
let it
it's
run
more
cold,
than just
don't-
that. It's 24 hours before I plan on feeding. They go in the fridge in little bags,
Same
thaw
here.
out in the fridge.
In here,
And then after that, it's hot water in separate baggies. And I mean, if I'm really
you don't
focused
like
and I'm
wet
not
rat.
what
You don't
wet
like
rat?
rat soup.
Wet rats, rat soup.
wet rat somewhat can take the smell off of the rat. So
Yeah.
then the snake doesn't like it. But then there are other snakes who like wet rat only.
They don't care. Some of them.
So
So
right there,
something I
The
learned
worst-
from Tommy is using a food dehydrator.
Mhm.
No wet rat, and you don't have to put them in the freezer or the refrigerator for 24 hours. Just put them on there.
Okay.
yeah.
That's good
That-
to know.
that's
I
what-
don't want to make my house smell like dehydrated rats, though. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say that's gonna kick that smell up hard. Woo.
yeah, I share 2 walls with 2 other people, like 2 other families. I don't think they'll be that happy. I mean, I live in a big, like I live in a townhome, and my townhome is pretty big. It's pretty spacious. But I do share walls with other people, and I like to be courteous.
Yeah.
I've been living here for quite a while. But my favorite though is when you're heating the rat up and you heat it up too fast, and then pop goes the weasel.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I got tricks for that too. I was showing it to Val the other day on TikTok. Hold on one second. Go to your local thrift store and get plastic cutting boards.
Yep.
So I have plastic cutting boards. So when the rat pops, I mean, and they fit perfectly in the ARS, like they're already that way. Or you can get like the really flimsy ones and cut them. But when the rat pops, I wiggle it a little bit more so the snake grabs on, and I lift the snake up, or I scoop this underneath so that the bedding is not.
Doesn't stick
So
to
they're
the rat.
eating squished rat
That's awesome.
on that, so they don't take in the bedding.
That's awesome. So one thing that I do is I quit putting bedding in the front of the cup or front of the tub.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So forward of the water dish, there's no bedding, and I try to feed there, but
Gotcha.
that doesn't always work. Sometimes they
Yep, they pull back. Yep.
they do what they want to do.
Especially them big
Do
old
your-
ladies.
Your
Yeah,
neighbors
Yeah.
know you got them worms. I don't have worms. Nick,
we're all just
What worms
painting worms.
I don't got worms. I don't got worms.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how I feed. ASFs aren't allowed in California technically.
Like even if you were to import frozen thawed, say like bring it in.
I don't
frozen
know about
thawed.
that. I don't know about that. I've just stuck with my rats because
They're there, and you can get them easily. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
yeah.
And a lot of
I
times
mean,
when you're in more restrictive areas, they're a lot more pricey. The ASFs are. So
Mhm.
if
I
I've got
understand
trouble feeders, somehow they magically appear.
Oop.
But yeah, I guess I can bring some snakes out.
Yeah, snake and tail. We love snake and tail.
Snake and
Yep.
tail. Okay,
Goes
All right.
over big.
let's go.
Pay
Let's go
attention,
basic.
Bobby. She's going to show some snakes.
Let's go basic first. Just an exanthic, nothing too crazy. So we'll start
Okay.
with her. Just an exanthic, yeah. We gotta start with the basic form here. And then we'll move up. So this is acceleration. She's gravid right now. Not too far along, but getting there. So there's your basic exanthic.
And how old would you say she is?
How old is she?
Ballpark. Yeah, ballpark.
She is. I want to say she's 4.
Okay.
No, JK. 6. Wait, no,
6?
JK. It's 2026, so she's 5. Her birth year. I put their years on their tags that are on. This is not hers, but as you can see, I put their year, their morph, their sex, who I got them from, and their name.
Yeah, I do a lot of those little print labels.
Okay. Let's just skip adding things one on top of another, and we'll go just to cool things.
She said, "I'm just going to bring out the heat. Let's go."
I'm not even mad.
All right.
Yeah, Carl, she's got to sell you on TSK, don't you know?
Yeah,
This is Eve. She is a pastel GHI TSK het clown. Come
Okay.
on, relax, baby girl. And she is about 4 years old.
Yeah. Okay. What's your take on pastel? Because you hear a lot of that as well. Like everybody's like, oh, depending on what line of pastel you get some more muddy stuff, you get some more bright enhancer stuff. Do you believe that to be very much so true? And do you feel like you have the proper line of pastel to put to your stuff?
In some of mine, yes.
Okay.
There are, it's variation. Just same with like TSK too.
Right.
I mean, some of my stuff is really is much better quality in my opinion. I can't show. Well, let me check and she's still in blue. If she's in blue, then I can't take her out. But I will show you a really good example of TSK. So let me show you. So her.
Gotcha.
Now, and like I said, pastel GHI, TSK, het clown. Same morph. Pastel, GHI, TSK Xanthic, but dark phase.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
That's nice.
That yeah. I like that.
It's the gray, like I said, I'm more attracted to this where it's like
Yeah.
looks like it's in a gray scale filter
Right.
than not. And she's got, let's see if she'll show off. This is Lilith, hence Lilith and Eve.
Yeah.
She's got a white stripe down her spine. Not cooperating. So that right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've noticed that in some of my darker snakes as well. Almost looks like a rub mark, but it's not.
Correct. But I've started to get I need to do more research, but I feel like dark phase is actually not tied to Xanthic. It's tied to
I believe it's
pastel.
pastel. Yeah, pastel.
Yeah.
I was
It's
about
tied
ready
to
to ask
pastel.
you about that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
about ready to ask your opinion on that because there's several people in groups that I speak with that has some really, really super dark stuff. And that's their
And-
line of thinking as well.
And I'll throw in there is that the Xanthic emphasizes it and or
Right.
Yeah.
highlights it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a gene. I think it's one of the pastels because there's different pastels as we talked about. And it's the fact that we stopped calling the pastels different for the most part. There's still some breeders that do. That they started getting lumped together when pastel was being sent out.
Yeah, and heavily worked into everything that was around for the longest time. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of it. So everybody was having that problem of distinguishing, hey, this is this line of pastel, this is this line of pastel.
Yeah.
You know, you still get that distinction when you go black pastel. You know, so
For sure.
so why did they think that? Oh, well, pastel's very, you know, just let's lump them all together because they're all kind of similar.
So
It just doesn't make sense.
Val says right here they have separated dark phase from the Xanthic. So
Yeah. Look at that.
that's sexy.
Yeah.
He is a Xanthic leopard pastel. I was originally sold he was a super pastel, but I think he's a pastel dark pastel.
Okay.
Like he's got both. That's what's causing this crazy like wonky chaining on the side that almost has a monsoon look to it.
A little bit.
And then he's got a lovely spine there. I'm trying to show
dorsal.
you. He's a big boy.
Yeah, I
And then
like
he's
that.
het
It's almost like
Yeah.
a full line dorsal. That's pretty cool.
Absolutely. I mean,
Nice
and
ringer
even
too.
yeah, I was gonna say that exaggerated ringer is wicked as well.
Yeah.
So do you notice? So I have some leopard stuff myself, and I'm not necessarily going Xanthic with it. Comparing that to like him as a leopard to say something that's like a leopard DG, you're going to see that variation. You're going to see that more prevalent patterning on him versus something that's like got DG because DG cleans things up, so it's going to like edge up that leopard a lot more and get that more ghosting effect over the top. So you won't see that busyness in that pattern. Do you feel that you prefer the busyness from the leopard when you put it to your stuff? Or would you say
I like busy.
Gotcha. I wasn't sure if you maybe would go both directions, because you get the leopard for the dark depth that it gives to some of those blacks as well. From leopard in some sense.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a fan of granity and pixelating on the side. I'm less of a fan of the smoothing out per se.
Okay.
Although, I don't know. I love looking at all the different funkiness that patterns can have or be created.
Right.
Like Calico throws a huge loop in Xanthic.
Yes.
It's. I mean, I don't have one of my Calicos at school. There is. Let me see if she's still in shed.
Sorry, my Third Coast. I apologize. Yes, I do like dark morph stuff. I did not highlight that
In
comment.
blue yet, but So she's technically you're wet and dirty because you're about to shed. Yeah. She just left her zombie eyes, but has not shed yet, so she's gonna be a little dull. But she has a yellow tint to her, but that if you see that, the lesser in the calico is pushed up her
Yeah.
sides into the stripe.
Yeah.
Which is crazy weird. In my
Yeah.
opinion.
The calico, well, the lesser two, they have a lift.
Yeah.
Speaking
Lifting
of
of shed.
shed.
Yeah.
There you go. She's already starting.
She's starting. I guess you'll be clean tomorrow. But she's got a really cool head stamp. She'll let me. You know, show. I don't want to hold your hand. There you go.
Yeah, I like that. It's almost like a butterfly or something.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'll let you shed, girl. I'm sorry. Go for it.
You caught her undressing.
I mean, so those are. I have others, but I don't know. I don't know what you want to see. What do you want to see?
What do you like? That's what we want to see.
I've shown you a lot of my faves. Ones that I've created, and then I'll show and sell.
There you go. There you go.
I have not created this one, but this one's one of my babies that I recently picked up from Design Creations. Leopard, spot nose, TSK, Xanthic, pastel, het clown. Trying to throw some spot nose in my collection here. But
Yep, I do like spot nose.
Yeah.
very
Now, do you plan on risking the super?
No,
No,
not for
I mean,
spot nose.
because you can do leopard spot nose and you get that really awesome, like drippy look on the sides and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just works. Leopard and spot nose work so good together.
Well, and spot nose really helps with Xanthic too. It helps
Yes.
keep it cleaner and brighter in general.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's her. This one's not for sale, but everyone always seems to be fascinated by her. I'll take her out.
Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, I could see why people would be fascinated with that snake.
Yeah, that looks a lot like my my black pastel leopard het clown het pied girl.
So she's an acid, black pastel, Leo, Wookiee, het pied, het GSK, TSK. I wanted to throw GHI in there. I have a lot of GHI in my collection.
Nice.
Well, you got to have it. So
Yeah, absolutely. Gotta have it.
Definitely. Definitely.
yeah, I like that.
No
Yeah.
nipples.
The nice lift on the pattern and all that. I like
Yeah.
it.
You're fine. You don't need to bite my face.
And I always like the,
Like if it does, I gotta get it on
the
camera,
wild
right?
ringers.
Yeah.
I do like the wild ringers though. Those are my favorite.
Yeah. A lot of people are like, wait, isn't that pied? And I'm like, no.
No.
Oh, sorry.
No, because if it was pied, you see a lot of variation to that pattern. It would just
Yeah.
jumble that like crazy. And honestly, you have a lot more white present on that. But it is very, very beautiful snake. I do like that. It does have that dark effect that black pastel. And I mean, you said Wookiee, leopard, black pastel,
Acid.
Yeah.
So now we're on show and sell. I mean, I have other stuff, but people have to tell me what they want to see. But I'll show you the things I have for sale. Pewter clown with something else in there. Little girl. Calm down, baby girl.
That is nice.
Yeah, she's almost got that red effect on her head, which is
Yeah. Let's see if I can get her to turn here.
yeah. Maybe the lighting, but it definitely has that red effect coming down her back.
Yeah.
which is
Although
goofy.
sometimes when she's about to go into shed, she gets kind of a reddish tint.
Oh, okay.
It's interesting. I've always
Yeah,
been
the
like,
pewter
are you
spot
rubbing
nose
the
I had was like that.
Dad was an Enchi Batman, and mom, I have to always look up what mom was because it's complicated. Mom was a long name. That's all I gotta say. Um, where are you? There you are. Mom was a pastel banana Enchi butter cinnamon het clown, and dad was an Enchi Batman. So. But good eater, female. Come and get her. I know G-Paw was interested at one point.
Yeah, she got bonus gene in her too.
Yeah, she got something else going on there. So
Yeah, that's why I call her a pewter clown plus.
there you go. There you go. You're like, I don't care to shed test her, so you can breed her and figure it out.
Yeah.
But, well, yeah.
She doesn't have Xanthic in her, so
Right.
okay, I gotta watch you. Well, you guys seem to all have poop butt right now.
Good old Celtic butt.
Yeah. Pewter banana female. Same clutch. She's really
is
pretty.
pretty.
I was
Yeah.
like, hold on, let me see if I can get rid of that light. Maybe that will help. Whoop, you're okay, baby girl.
Yeah, she is pretty.
Yeah. And of course, she's got these cute little hearts on her butt.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And it's wild when you put something, what you claim is to be something simple, it's just, banana pewter. So it's like
Super
three
pretty.
three traits right there, guys. That's it. That's three traits, but it's just so clean. It's effective. They work well together. They draw out an enhanced looking pattern. And you got to think when that snake grows up, would you still want to see it, because it's still going to have a lot of that bright effect to it as it ages. So
Yeah. I actually laughed because I had a fellow breeder was like, why did I bought a female banana, what is she? Black pastel banana possible orange dream double het TSK puzzle, and I have a male same kind of in that project, and he goes, so you want a bunch of TSK banana puzzles? And I was like, no, but let's just say that they don't reach the TSK puzzle part, then I at least have a bunch of bananas, and bananas always seem to look good and people like them, and so they'll sell. Like any of the off product is not going to be hard to move necessarily.
Right.
And that's important to consider.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is another factor when breeding comes into play. You're like, am I going to produce a bunch of just normals that are double het that only play benefit to, say, another breeder? But as far as pet market goes, there's no sell for it in like some of your smaller, more local shows. A lot of the people that are coming to there may be first time buyers. You gotta have stuff on the table that fits to them and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You miss a minute, you miss a lot, James. What can I say?
Can't pop off for even a second. You lose. You miss out on some notes.
You did not miss the fire, James. I have not shared the fire.
She's holding it for ransom, James. She expects cookies.
Oh, he knows. He knows. So this is a pastel fire, yellow belly, het clown, possible het TSK Xanthic. I'm pretty sure. She's TSK Xanthic. I mean, I haven't shed tested her, but she looked exactly like another baby that I had in a different clutch that was TSK Xanthic,
I'd
as
be
well as the
willing to
way
bet she is because of the way her belly, the flashes up the side, and the head. I'd be willing to almost bet.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But some of the things I like about her is like when you get this combo, they have like little eye drips.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes, they do.
Like
That's that
cat
fire.
eyes on top
Yeah,
of it.
fireflies. They got some wicked stuff going on when you put those two together. Pastel and fire to make them fireflies are wicked, and that's a very good sellable snake too. And
Yeah, she's very bright.
Yeah.
Very good quality of fire, and pastel.
yeah,
So.
yeah. I like how faded her head stamp looks. Like how you're like, oh yeah, pastel fades the head stamp. That's more than just a faded head stamp, guys. Like that
Yeah, they
almost
took a
washed it
eraser to
out.
that.
Yeah, they said.
That big fat pink eraser you get in school.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I just love once again that firing on the side of the blacks here.
Yeah.
This is really clean and pretty. So she's also looking for a home. A new classroom.
Yeah.
There you
And then, well, I guess I got those two babies, but those aren't mine that I'm getting rid of. I mean, they're mine, but they're not mine. I didn't breed them.
go. All right. I'm gonna take 2 seconds, guys. I gotta use the restroom.
Do it.
No problem.
Do it. Black Xanthic or TSK Xanthic at hypo. So just a boy. Little boy.
So getting close to the true ghost stuff.
Oh, I've got one. I've got some true ghosts.
Yeah, we like true ghost around here.
And I've got stuff to create super blackhead true ghost, which hopefully will happen this year.
Fingers crossed for you.
But yeah. Does he go in the rat bin or what? Who goes in the rat bin?
I think he's talking about John going to go to use the bathroom.
Gotcha. And then I got
Yeah, I knew
bacon.
Dennis would come in with that comment right there. Dennis is a fellow true ghost aficionado. He's got some very nice DPI stuff that he's working on. If you want to see some good examples.
She's for sale. She's basically ready to be bred too. She is a pastel cinnamon yellow belly or spector het clown. I did not produce her. She's actually from Mutation Creation. Just doesn't fit in my project.
She's a nice looking snake though.
She is.
Looking for a home, guys. Looking for a home.
Yeah.
Needing less mouths to feed.
So, if anybody's interested, what is the best way to get a hold of you?
Either Instagram at Professor's Pythons with no apostrophe, no space, or Morph Market. Either one of those is the best way to really contact me. If there's something you're interested in, don't necessarily if you want to pay me the price that they're listed on Morph Market, go for it. But if you want to just make an offer, I'm never offended at offers, because of the fact that I get that we all have our own range or idea of what either A, what we can pay, or B, what we think something's worth. And I get it. I understand that. And sometimes with me, I'd rather a snake just go to a good home than it's not about the money for me. Literally anything that I make off of the snakes just goes back into feeding them, cleaning them, all of the above. I can tell you what I spent on her, which is a lot because it's from Mutation Creation, which not only did I spend money on her, I had to pay the cookies to get her across the border.
Yeah,
Because that's
buddy.
a thing. But I'm not expecting that I'm gonna get all of that back because of the fact what market we're in right now. Although if she gets like, I think she's at like 1,300 grams right now. I will say if she probably gets to 15, I might just go ahead and pair her with someone that has Xanthic. She can buy her ultra. Yeah, and send Brian's back. Yeah, I'm holding it hostage. I just learned that I can plug Brian's probably into my computer so that I can actually project it for the kids to see. So
That's cool. That's cool.
when I get back,
so I know a while back you were posting for people to donate so you could buy an ultrasound. Where did you get with that?
I didn't get far. I think I got 300.
Okay.
I can go check. It's still up. It's on my Instagram. And in reality, I had people reaching out to me going, "Hey, you could do a less expensive one versus the one that I was aiming for." But in reality, the money that was donated, I put in a separate account and it's just going to sit there. I might even invest it into something that I can't touch, because literally I'm just going to go and use that to whenever I reach the funds to be able to get that specific ultrasound. That specific ultrasound is really, really user friendly. And it's got a very clear picture. It's plug and play. It's something that literally compared to, I mean, I got taught how to use Brian's a couple weeks ago by someone here local that has the same one. And of course I've been playing with it and trying to make sure I'm like looking for the follicles. But compared to the Butterfly, it's amazing. And since it's not something, I can send you my Temu ultrasound.
I'm sure that does not run at 7.5 megahertz linear probe on that thing. Let me just say, I'm sure that probe is not the same.
There is one out there on Alibaba that I want to get.
Yeah,
I've watched some reviews on. It's somewhere right around the 1,000 cookie range.
Right.
But it was compared to the wireless ones, the Bluetooth ones that veterinarians use here.
Okay.
And it compared very, very well.
Okay.
Well, someone offered to sell me one that is like the laptop, the one that most of us have, for 900. Then that includes shipping and all of it and barely used. And the Butterfly, but like I said, it's not something that it's not a necessity. It's a dream.
Right.
And so with it being a dream, I just said I might as well hold off. And I would be pushing it more on my Instagram, but quite literally last week I finished doing my theater production with the kids, which I do 5 people's jobs in that alone, on top of teaching my middle school science. This week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I am gone at outdoor ed. So I go up to the mountains with them and I get to hang out with them for 72 hours. Yay.
Oh goodness. In the woods with a bunch of kids. That's
yeah, there's other adults though, thank God.
Okay.
But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. And actually it's probably some of the best memories and experiences that I've had with them because I don't have to be the authoritarian. You have to do this or that. I just kind of hang out in the back until one of their counselors gets so mad at them and is like, "You get a strike. Go see your teacher." And I'm like, "All right, hi." So it's chill. They get to know me in a different light. But anyhow, I had production last week. This week is is that, and then also this week too is report cards. So I'm getting all of that done.
Busy,
and
busy,
then
busy.
yeah,
Very
very busy, and to push it out there, and I was pushing it out there. It just, it was like hit or miss, and I kept getting pushback from people going, "Why are you going for that expensive one?" And I'm like sitting there going, "Because it's a clear picture, because of the fact that I don't need it."
Well,
Um,
people have to realize though, you're planning to use this as a teaching tool,
Yes.
right? So it's not. You shouldn't skimp on your kids' education. You shouldn't.
And I would
And
love to be able
believe-
to just hand it to a brand new kid that walks in my classroom and say, "Hey, put it here on the snake, move it," and then to be able to find the follicles like that and easy. And I feel like when I saw the butterfly demonstrated at Tinley, I was like, "Holy moly, crap!
Yeah.
This is amazing."
Yeah.
Even your mom, who's not a tech major, can't figure this out.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say they've made so many advancements. It's all done with the mobile app. You can put it on a laptop, cast it up on big screen, everything like that. It's very intuitive for the direction and the purpose in which you need it.
Mhm.
And for somebody to be like, "Oh, well, you can get a cheaper one," yes, you can. But the problem is that they're not taking into account what probes you need, because it requires a certain high frequency probe to be able to actually pick up on the follicles. Those cheaper ones that are like $400 or $500. I hate to say it, but they're running like 3.5 megahertz. You can bump them up to 5 or 6, but you're forcing that machine to work twice as hard
You don't.
as
You
what
don't
it's
have the.
capable for.
You don't have the sweet spot of the 7 to 8.
Yeah.
You
Which I mean, they say that, oh yeah, it can run anywhere from 5 to, I think it's like 5 to 9.5 megahertz. You'll pick up good resolution on, but I'm like, why even push a machine to the max capacity output to try to make it work? It's not going to work. It's not going to last. You're going to have to buy 2 or 3 of them multiple times because you're going to end up burning it up anyway. So doing what you did and having that direction, like, hey, this is a tool that I'm going to have for years to come. It's not going to give out on me. It's going to last. I can, like you said, hand it to a kid and say, here you go, do this.
Well, like other things I was sitting there laughing about was like, what we could probably do is we could probably have one of them put it on their stomach and like look at their digestive system.
Yeah.
Like there's stuff like that. Like, so there's so many practical uses, and I'm happy that you bring that up, because the America's Favorite Teacher thing that I've submitted, one of the prizes is a cash prize, and part of my goal is, if I do win, is to buy that ultrasound to apply what I already have plus what else to
So along with that, the kids get a little special treat too, right? I understand.
Yes, the kids. Yeah, the kids. I was laughing because everyone. So, for those of you in the comments, I stumbled upon a contest, America's Favorite Teacher. It's supported by Colossal, which is a huge science organization. If you don't know, very much into genetics. And Bill Nye is very much a part of this. And if I win, we get a conference or an in-person assembly with Bill Nye for my school. And actually, that's what I'm really excited about. Like, everyone's like, you get to go to Hawaii and you get the $25,000. And I'm going, no, I want to see Bill Nye. I grew up with him. Like, my coworker went to some science conference, and he was there, and she took a picture, and she had a picture of him and her and her husband, and I was like, oh, I'm so jealous of you. I just want to talk to him. And like, I'm not a person who gets like fangirl crazy or like, but there's certain people like in our industry that you just want to sit and pick their brain and like have that conversation with, and like, and he's definitely in science. I would love to just pick his brain, of his whole process of what he's gone through, what he's passionate about now, What is he working on now? I mean, there's so many scientists in that direction. Also, breeders in our industry, too.
And there's a bit of nostalgia as well behind that. And I remember growing up watching the show, you know? I mean, that to me would be cool. So, yes, somebody throw up the link in the chat, please. Go vote.
Yeah, go vote daily. It is a daily thing. From what I understand, you can vote up until the 26th at 7 p.m. PDT time. And that's the first round. And then the top 20, it will be a second round. So I apologize if you're on any of my socials. I'll be spamming the shit out of this. I want that assembly.
Send me something that I can share as well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome. And if you can share, if anyone's able to share to other people, please do so. Like just spread it out, because I know that's gonna be the way to win. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Looks like I'm currently second, guys. Come on now.
Right. There you go.
Come on now. Come on now.
So,
I'm second in my group. I think everyone's grouped in different groups. So like, I recently heard.
How does that work?
Huh?
How is there like a second prize, third prize? How does all that work?
I don't know if there's a second or third prize. I need to go look a little bit closer. But yeah, I just want that assembly.
I don't blame you. I grew up watching the Bill Nye videos in science class, and it was awesome. It was very nostalgic. So I get it. I'd be there in a heartbeat. A little bit of jealousy, because it's like, well, darn, she gets to meet Bill Nye. That's pretty cool. I wish I got to do that. Like,
yeah,
I could just tell you guys roughly the date of the assembly, and you just show up on my school campus.
Visitor badge. There you go.
So I'm going to take just a brief moment to pay a few bills. So I'd like to bring everybody's attention down here at the bottom. Operation Deeds Not Words 2. Get on there, www.thefatmannation.com. If you can't afford to pay the $35, I think it's $35 for the first tier, a couple dollars of work, whatever. But that supports mobility for disabled veterans and first responders. And this is a real grassroots thing to donate to. 100% of your money for this goes where it needs to go. There is not big bulky overhead on this. Yeah, except for the shipping. You do have to pay shipping. Sorry, but this is one of the things that you actually should feel good about donating to, because all the money minus shipping goes exactly where it's intended to go. So blow this up. Like I said, www.thefatmannation.com. Go over, check it out. Don't need to say any more about that. It's a good cause. I'm also going to take a moment to show off the shirt with our sponsors for this show. So this is the new logo. This is the logo you'll see on the new YouTube when we get it up and running.
Courtesy of Void Century Serpents over here.
Yeah.
This was my tutelage. I'm pretty nifty with the shirt designs. Let's just throw that out there. I want to highlight that fact that anytime you guys need anything customized, get with me. I got you.
Absolutely. And on the back, proudly sponsored by, we got our man Dirty Bay on the back. We got Val Whitefeather. I think he's still in here.
Yeah.
And we're also Car Parts is sponsoring us, and he is the sole head for reptileads.com. It's right up there, getting close to Morse Market level. They have plenty of people signed up for it. Go check it out, reptileads.com. He's one of our proud sponsors as well. So consider that bills paid, and we'll get back to Jamie.
I tried to share the link for the voting, but it didn't work. Blah.
It's
Yeah,
doing that
for some
thing.
reason- Yeah, it's weird. If you copy and paste it without the www dot whatever, they can copy it and paste it.
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha. Okay,
yeah.
let me try
All
this
the
again.
mumbo jumbo around it. For some reason, the chats don't like it when you're in StreamYard. People can usually post outside, but for some reason we don't
Okay.
have that.
Let me try this again.
Big Worm asked, how do we
yeah.
help with sponsorships?
Shoot me a message and we'll talk it over. Okay.
Yep.
Pshoo. Okay, maybe that worked now.
Yeah. So Val said he will spam you as well. Spam it as well. So
Well, I put it in with the www, but oh well, I'm over it. If you need it, come find me on Instagram, and I will share it with you.
Yeah, Instagram. Go to Instagram. So I went through Instagram, and it kind of weirded me out at first because it redirects you to Facebook to vote. So you have to sign into your Facebook account. But this is something that I've done before. I voted on different polls and things before, so I expected it, right? Yeah, if you go through the Instagram link, it will redirect you to Facebook if you have a Facebook account to have you sign in through there. So don't think you're getting scammed.
No scamming. No scamming. The scam is to vote for me.
So we're doing it for the kids. We want to see a nice nice setup for their learning environment, the needed tools, things that make it easier for them to see and learn and have that experience.
Okay, I had to laugh at this because this shows you how much I've won things in my life. Is that, I mean, I guess I've seen it before, but my brain, it clicked. I was like, if I do win, I'm not going to get the whole $25,000 because you have to pay taxes on what you win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I was so excited. I was like, I could buy actual lab equipment furniture for my classroom. So for those of you who don't know, story time. I teach at a charter school, and the charter school, it's a K through 8. K through 5th grade is on one campus, and then 6th, 7th, and 8th is on a different campus. 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, we rent out an elementary school building from the district that we're chartered under, and we get furniture from them to use in our classrooms. Our classroom tables are the old school computer table desks. So the ones that have a little pocket on the far end to put cords under. And they're also meant for elementary school students.
Anybody workplace.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, my desks are wide enough because of the computer ones, but they're not tall enough. They work for most of our 6th graders. But by the time you reach 8th grade, we've got students who are taller than me, and I'm 5'2". And you've got these boys who, of course, have their leg growth spurts that are like freaking underneath the desk hitting it. And so I'm like telling them to slant. Like,
yeah.
So I mean, one of the things I really wanted to do with money, and I don't know how far it would go, is to get actual like lab tables, the black ones, the wood, like our old school, all of us have dealt with in middle school at some point in time, where it's wood and it has the black tabletop that's been coated with chemical resistance, and it was funny. I'll tell you more stories backstage.
Sink on it.
Oh, it'd be lovely to have the sink. I don't think I would be able to do that because we rent the space. So I have to make sure we do have since they're elementary school classrooms, there is a sink in the back of the classroom. Nice. And that's what we use. And last year I purchased a drying rack, finally, to be able to easily dry our test tubes My old school that I worked with was getting rid of their goggle sanitizing box container. And so I was able to get that from them for free, which was nice. But yeah, no, I'm always looking on ways to upgrade our middle school classroom into an actual middle school classroom.
Yeah.
Um,
So I'll share a little story and tell myself a little bit. When I was younger, my last part of my 6th grade year, my 7th grade year, and 8th grade year, I participated in a program called Logos Lab and Discovery School, which is a lot like what you were saying. This specific group was for the higher functioning students. So I'm not as dumb as I look or as dumb as I sound.
Carl,
But,
nobody thinks that. Nobody thinks that.
I've
So,
never said that.
I'm just putting that out there. But anyway, enough joking around. So it was a very, very small budget thing, right? There was a lot of equipment that was donated. Like we had old school video equipment. We were splicing up, making videos. We had old school laboratory equipment. And it was they purchased an old school building that had been shut down by Richmond Community Schools to do this in. So everything was outdated, and all the things that we were able to do. And I had a great time going there and learned a whole lot and got a lot of real world experience by going there. Was all because of donations. So donate, hit her up, vote for her. This is for the kids. I will say it again. This is for the kids. She's wanting to do something better with her education that she can put forward, and I think that's important. So
I also try to do donors choose. And I mean, if you are a person that ever wants to just donate an actual like supply or something like that, feel free to message me from time to time. Like literally I could send you an Amazon link, and I put a lot of my, I mean, like most teachers, I put a lot of my own money into my classroom, to the point that my teacher goal this year was to not. that's why I'm trying to do all these other ways of pushing out more donors choose, pushing out like the Amazon list where I found America's favorite teacher. Is this it's trying to put less stress on me, but that's what I like to teach. I love the kids, and I love making their middle school experience better than mine was. Other than America's favorite teacher, my school nominated me for our district favorite teacher of the year, and I've made it to the county now level. So now we're waiting to hear back on April 6th to see if the county selects me to move on to state. And I've had to fill out a bunch of essays, which has been amazingly fun. I hate writing. That's why I'm a science teacher, not an English teacher.
yeah. And the American school system wants everyone to be so well-rounded, as you like to claim it. Speak on that subject. That's there's so much truth to that statement. I was a very nuts and bolts type kid growing up. Give me input, here's output. Give me input, here's output. Give me components, I make products. When I'm in science,
go ahead.
Okay,
I was just gonna say, go for it.
Oh, sorry. All right. When I was in science class, I just loved like doing experiments and then writing about my findings and things like that. But I was not very. They wanted you to, because of the programs that we grew up going through. They wanted literature and writing to be like a key component to every. You had to write out math problems like by word, write them all out, big long papers in math class. And I'm like, it's math class, it's numbers. But they did the same thing in science class. And I'm like, they want you to like expand so much detail and adjectives added and stuff like that to what your findings are on like experiments that you do, and it was never my cup of tea. So I'm with you on the like I don't like the English aspect. So I feel your pain. I feel your pain a lot. Even though I excelled in the subject, I didn't like it. It was not my favorite. So I don't know. Do you feel like that's something that you deal with in your school district? You know, as a charter school, or do you guys get to be more selective?
I think the phrasing that you're saying needs a little rewording. Is I think our government wants a certain thing.
Right. Right. Okay. Yeah. And they
Good.
kind of.
Well, and as I tell my students, you know, school, you as especially when you hit middle school and above, school is what you want to get out of it and what
Right.
you want to take away. No one, unless you're planning on going to college, no one is going to say, hey, what are your grades? Like, no one cares. They do care that you spent the time to commit to something. And you know, and like I tell my kids all the time, even in middle school, I say, whatever you want to get out of this, you can get out of it. I'm just putting the tools out in front of you. You have the choice to take it or leave it.
Right.
And you know, they a lot of times in middle school, you know, they want to sit next to their friends. They don't want to sit in sixth grade. I don't want to sit near a girl if I'm a boy. I don't want to sit near a boy if I'm a girl. Ew.
Yeah.
And I look at them half the time and I go, well, you get to socialize with your friends outside. So that's there. I know you want to sit next to your friends. I get it. But we also have to sit next to people we don't like. And so we need to learn how to work with those people. We need to learn how to work with the lazy kid or the kid that is bossy. Because as we become adults, a lot of the skills that you're learning in middle school and above are not necessarily the content you're actually working on.
Right.
That's just a sub level. High school, it starts to become more of the content. College, It's even more of the content. Because you learn it goes from learning the basic contents in kindergarten to fifth grade. You know, you're learning to write, read, or basic arithmetic, the stuff that you're definitely going to use in your life at some point in time. Right. And then as the higher you get into school, you are learning more critical thinking, analyzing, how to fit into society.
Yeah, I think
learning
that's
how you learn. And so I think, and as also I tell my kids too, I go, my job is to try to keep as many doors open for you as possible. Because even though right now you might say, I don't like this, I don't want that, roughly every 10 years of your life, you're going to evolve. Yeah. You're going to reinvent yourself in some shape or form. And there's a chance that you might change your mind. You can close the door now, but the problem is it's a lot harder to reopen a door once it's closed,
right,
than to just leave them all open.
Right.
And we have the college
getting in the way.
Huh?
Life has a way of getting in the way.
Yeah.
It does. Yeah. And I will be honest, and thank goodness I have never gotten in trouble with a parent, or at least I've never known I've gotten in trouble with a parent, is I tell my students all the time, I go, you do not need to go to college after high school. You don't need to. And if you want to graduate early from high school or drop out of high school, you can, but life is going to be a lot harder for you if you drop out of high school. And I highly recommend at least you stick it out till 12th grade. You try your best to push to that, or GED it. If you GED it, make sure you have something that you're going to do afterwards that's going to continue your learning. Because my thing that I tell everyone is, as long as you're continuing learning and growing as a human being, then you don't need to go to college. College is just kind of an easy place that it like spoon feeds you the knowledge. Like it's easy for you to just get knowledge. You don't have to go searching. You don't
Right.
have to analyze it as much. You still do, but not as
Right.
much as like searching the internet. You could not go to college and read books. You could go to trade school, which is just as great.
Yeah.
You could work at McDonald's and become a manager, but I don't think you're going to continue learning that long at McDonald's or your local fast food restaurant. There's not a
Right.
lot of growth there.
Opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah. And you're
Yeah.
going to have to work a little bit harder in some senses. And so, and not everyone is made to go to made for school either. Like you were saying, I didn't like it. And I think that it in itself is part of why we go to school, is to figure out more about who you are and that you don't fit in the box that our world has, set. The school we see today was really made during the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah. That's a big one, is the carbon copy. Like you see a classroom from, like you said, the Industrial Revolution, and then you look at a classroom today and the similarity to the layout, the incandescent lights that do a lot on your eyes, that you're sitting there trying to focus. And as somebody who has a light sensitivity, a lot of aggressive light does bother me, does cause migraines every once in a while. That was a very uncomfortable environment. It's not that I turned my brain off to learning, but it altered my perception, where I had to work. It felt like I had to work twice as hard to get to that same result that some of these other kids were just like, oh well, oh well. And it's conditions for each child, and there's so much variability. But also when you're in larger cities, and you go to public school, you kind of get swept up into the mix. You're like, you're a number to them at that point, and you're just another cog in the wheel. They keep you busy. As long as you're doing the testing and passing, that's all it counts, is how much money
every school. I'm just going to tell you, every school is this.
Yeah.
Every school is this, because that's the only way we get funding, and that is messed up. That is how our government is messed up.
You're good. You're good. I can go down that rabbit hole.
Oh crap! I'm being recorded. But yes, that's how. I mean, well, even if you go to a private school, it is still money. But the thing is they get paid whether you're there or not, because it's coming out of your pocket.
Yeah. Yep.
So
but looks like Dirty Bay just popped in backstage.
Nice. Were you waving?
Yeah,
that's how I was waving.
I was like, what's going on? Are you telling me to shut it down?
No, you're good.
Even at our charter school, we're paid per attendance, the days that the kids are there. And I mean, if any of you have kids, all I ask as a teacher is that you convince them and you try to keep constantly encouraging them to talk to their teacher, to advocate for themselves. Because that, as a teacher, my job's really, really hard to remember every single kid and what their problems are. And your headache, and I'm very much an open person and an open teacher, that when one of my students comes to me and says, hey, I need to go take a break, I'm like, yeah, sure, go for it. You want to go for a walk around the block? As long as they're not abusing the break, they're taking their sweet time, talking to Joe Schmo, doing it every day, and which sometimes happens. And then we sit down and have that conversation of is this helping you or is it hurting you?
Right.
Trying to meet everyone's needs in that classroom without compromising someone else's need. Also explaining to middle schoolers, just because Joe gets to chew gum in class does not mean you get to chew gum in class. There's a reason. I can't tell you the reason why Joe gets to chew gum in class.
Right.
But you can't be comparing them.
So
and
that's something I took pride in with my kids. Life is not fair. You're not always going to get what this guy has or that girl has. You're going to have to do something different. You know what I mean? And they didn't understand. But now that they're young adults, 20, 21, and 22, they're starting to learn that old dad knows what he was talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lovely picture that I show my students, and you can just Google and find it really easily. It's a group of 3 kids watching a baseball game over a fence. And the first one says fairness and equality. And then the second picture is equity. So the first one shows them all standing on the same box to look over the fence. Of course, the kids are all 3 different heights. There's a really tall one, there's a medium kid, and a little short one that can't see over the fence. Then equity, if you go to that one, the picture next to it, it shows that the box heights are different. And so I explain a lot of times to my students that, I'm shooting for not equality, I'm shooting for equity, giving you all the tools to reach the same goal. So it's going to look different depending on who you are. Yes, ultimately we're trying to work towards you all have the same tools, or you don't need that tool to reach that goal, but sometimes that's not going to be that way. That's life.
Yeah,
we're all different.
Absolutely. And some people, life is not fair. Some people have to work a little harder to get there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just how it is.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah. So Jamie, I have 4 kids. I have twin 11-year-olds. Well, they'll be 11 next Sunday, this coming up Sunday. And then obviously my youngest just turned 8 today, and then a 9-year-old. So they're all actively in elementary school. Here they do like a junior middle school and then a regular middle school. So they do 5th and 6th grade, separate from like elementary's K through 4. And then they do 5th and 6th, and then they do 7th, 8th, and then they go to high school for 9 through 12.
I love this saying. Love this saying right here.
Well, the thing is most people are stupid in some areas, but smart in others. Like
exactly, yeah.
It balances out.
See, I think that people misconstrue the word stupid and the word ignorant every single day. Ignorance is you're not educated.
Yeah.
Not that you're not of strong mind. You're just not educated in a certain area. Stupidity is something entirely different.
Yeah.
It's true.
They blend together in common phrase, a lot of times.
We use words very differently as human beings.
Yeah.
We all have different meanings behind words.
Right.
I hate words.
Change them in and out kind of quite often. So it's like, oh, those two are interchangeable. No, they're not. They have 2 completely different meanings. Just like you said.
To you, they have totally different complete meanings. To someone else, they could have the same. Like that's what I mean.
Ignorant.
We're different depending on who you are.
Yeah.
Somebody who's
background, how you were raised, where you're at, what your age is. Like this is why I don't like teaching English.
Yeah, I get that.
Right. Yeah. I get it. I get it. That's why you stick to the science and stuff. No, but I do advocate school to my kids. I they're all the time saying, Dad, I don't want to go to school. School sucks. I got to be there for all this time. And I'm like, listen, it's prepping you for life, because I promise you this, no matter what, depending on what job you take, you have got to invest some uncomfortable time at a job doing something for however many hours. And it's going to make you feel kind of not right. So you got to be able to commit that time. You got to be able to willingly take in what is being taught to you, because you never know when you could be applicable in that environment, right? So you want to feel applicable in multiple environments. You want to learn the math, you want to learn the science, you want to learn English, you want to learn history, so that you can plug and play, pick and choose when and where you need to put that knowledge into effect. I tell everybody it's the vast pool of useless knowledge that most people possess in their head. Who knows that the bolts that go on to the outside of a clutch assembly on a 2005 Suzuki is 10 millimeter. Not a lot of people, but few people that do make you applicable, in that environment. So it's all about pick and choose. Take in as much information as possible, be the sponge, absorb it all, so that you can apply it where you need it and when you need it to get yourself further in life.
And be well-rounded in those different things. That way, the rest of the knowledge, say you get thrown into a new situation, you have a base to start with. The rest of the knowledge is not going to be as hard to come by.
Right.
You're going to be able to adapt a lot faster.
Yeah. I mean, there's a big push right now in schools, at least out here, that to make our grades be solely on whether you understand the content or not, solely on that. And in reality, as my opinion as a teacher, I get where they're going, but it's really hard to assess that with just tests, because there are people who are horrible test takers. There's people who are
Yeah.
horrible or just lazy at projects, so then they don't apply it. And so I strongly believe school, because we're there for so many hours a day as a student, at least in middle school, it's also, well, not just school in general, all through school, it's about forming good habits too, and learning those good habits. And in middle school specifically, it's about learning habits with autonomy. So doing it on your own without mommy or daddy or someone holding your hand. And so, like, with doing grades that are just, if I didn't grade any of my assignments on effort, my kids wouldn't do them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've got to reward effort
I
and
do both.
performance.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Because there's so much of school and certain social aspects that goes along with the everybody gets a participation trophy. Everybody's got to feel good. That actually does a disservice in preparing them for real life. Because say you go into a factory, your boss is not going to care about the fact that you just show up. They expect good habits and they expect performance, and those are things that are important not to miss out on as a younger person.
Yeah.
Yeah, Third Coast said I'll pocket his 10 millimeter. And listen, if you bring a 10 millimeter wrench to any expo that I'm at, I probably will put it in my pocket and take it home. and things are hard to come by. I'm just saying.
He collects them like stoners collect lighters.
Right. Can't ever have enough 10 millimeter sockets or wrenches because
they always
burn right through them
disappear.
there. Yes.
They always throw legs and walk away.
Yeah. For some reason, I feel like it's the most universal size for anything ever. And they just like, oh, yeah, you need that. And you're like, I just used it I sat it right here. I swear I did. I know it is right there on that shelf. Nope. Yeah. Read people and personalities. Yeah, that is very true. Well,
yeah, there's a big social aspect to school as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with that.
I see Garrett up there, and it looks like he's in a new room. So I don't want
to. Yeah. Big exciting news for Garrett.
Yeah.
Let him come on and share a little.
He's muted.
You're muted.
Yeah.
Go.
I know I'm muted. I'm on the phone.
Yeah, I was just throwing him out there that way he could finish his phone call, and give us his good news when he got done. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, just teach your kids to communicate about like things that they know about themselves. I mean, that's really a big one.
Yeah.
And also just reiterate with them. And I feel like, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I've ever met a teacher that hates a child that is in their classroom. I mean, a lot of kids are like, hey, you're giving me that look. You might think the teacher hates you.
I advocate for the teachers because I get that from my kids. Oh my God, she just hates all of us, and we can't ever do nothing, and she's just always on our backs about doing schoolwork and holding us to the standard, and we got to get this done and that done. And I'm like,
my favorite thing to tell my students is I wake up every morning and I think about how I can make your lives horrible because I do this job for the money and only the money, not the long hours or all the money that I buy or calling and talking to your parents who think you're perfect angels.
Right. Yeah.
I do this for the money, guys. And it's intentionally to make your lives horrible. I never cry when you have had a bad day. God, like
Yeah.
So
So I was about ready to bring up a point that John said. There was one time in my life I can honestly say a teacher didn't like me. And it come to full fruition, I guess, at a parent teacher conference. Sat down with my mom and me and the teacher, and she's like, "Well, Carl, he's always out of his chair and he's always talking to people and he's always unruly in class." And my mom looks at him. She said, "That's awful damn funny because I just had 6 different teachers tell me the exact opposite about him. So what is it? You know, what is it about this that's not adding up?"
Why is you looking right here at me?
And she turned my grade from a D to an A minus because of that parent teacher conference. So
And then I clicked.
I'm gonna say a couple things about that. I never said a teacher can't be frustrated and
Yeah.
angry with the student, because that happens. That happens a lot. And you and that teacher probably just didn't mesh. That happens too. Where there's students that no matter what I try to do and be flexible with, and like they just don't. And then you go to another teacher and you're like, is it me? Is it me?
well,
Am
the
I
thing
doing
about that was back then I was very, very bashful and not outspoken. I did my schoolwork, I turned it in. I usually got very good grades because I paid attention. I wasn't a social butterfly by any means. So the things that she was saying about me were
Yeah.
100% correct.
Okay. Do you like me being a science person, and this is what I do with all my students when there's a problem in my class or other classes. Like some of the things that I take into consideration is I go, okay, what time of day is it? Was this in middle school?
This was my 6th grade before I went into the Logos and Discovery program.
Gotcha. So one thing I usually talk about is it what time of day is that class? Because sometimes some of our kids, we have all found that a lot of when 7th grade hits 5th period, whatever class that they're in, they're horrible because it's right after lunch. They're ready to go home. They just had energy. They're all like, and 7th grade is like a class of werewolves because some of them have transitioned past puberty. Some of them are in the middle of puberty and some have not even touched it. So it's like one day they're like, hi. And the next day they're like, so, but yeah, I will say that most teachers, I mean, most people don't have the time to hate someone, let alone a student. That you probably just drove them insane. And they didn't know what to do with you. Whatever insane it was, I don't know. Or maybe you just have the random mean person. Maybe they're not truly a teacher. I don't know. But yeah. Okay, he's off his phone.
Yeah. As they
I mean,
claim,
my experience wasn't great with it because
wolf
at
and
that
sheep's
point in
clothing.
time, I haven't figured out fully what girls were, and I wasn't paying attention to that. So I wasn't, I was actually a good kid and paying attention and doing my schoolwork and all the stuff I should be doing at that point. See what that says.
Interesting.
What's up, Garrett? Are you off the phone yet?
Finally.
Okay.
Yeah. So share with us a little bit of your good news if you can.
Which
I know
good
a lot of-
news are you referring to?
All of it.
Well, the
Every
big
bit of it.
move,
Well,
the new setup you're gaining. It's all
So-
exciting to me.
so 90% of everything is still left in boxes. We haven't unpacked everything yet. The AC just got finished installing today. So they came out and installed the AC, but the crossover line that goes from one half to the other wasn't with the house. So when we got up and it was 40 degrees this morning, guess where it was also 40 degrees?
Mm.
So it
Yeah.
was a large time. It was a large time. I just finally got the heater installed in the snake building. That should be done hopefully in the next week or so. And then we can start doing stuff out there. But right now it's a train wreck, and I don't want everybody seeing my organized chaos, so to speak.
What part is fucking organized?
That's why it's organized chaos.
No, it's hate.
Everybody understands what it is to move.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
In your head, you have a method, and you're like, I know where everything is. That's why it's organized.
Well, I've been running all the wiring in the wall and all that good stuff. So
Yeah.
all my racks are pulled out into the middle.
Mm.
Next step is insulating and getting some sheetrock put up.
Nice.
All the
I did
fun
get a-
work.
I did get a 12 egg puzzle clutch in the incubator.
I saw the
Nice.
pictures. That looks really good. Very
Pretty
big,
excited.
healthy eggs. Yeah.
Now she laid some and then laid some later, didn't she?
I've got it's a blackhead pixel clutch in the incubator.
Your puzzle girl.
Hmm?
She laid some and then laid some a little later, didn't she?
Yeah. So I felt her. I didn't feel nothing else in there, and I guess it was up a little bit higher. And I went back in there and checked on her, and there was another egg. I was like, "Oh crap! Okay, all right then." I like surprises.
She's bogarting that sucker.
She was for sure. Got a few more clutches on the way, which I've already, and I'm pretty excited because last year I did 5 clutches. I'm already at 6 right now, and 5 more on the way.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
And they're showing good progress too. Have you noticed the move messing with them any at all?
well, I think it's too soon right now, honestly. Gonna give it about another 10 days, and then I'll go ultrasound the females, the ones that we're building, to see if they've
Yeah.
started to reabsorb. I hope not, but it is a possibility.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Man, this year's going to be pretty awesome for us.
That's wicked.
It's should be a fun time. What about y'all?
Hanging out, playing Nintendo.
Anna!
Holding the course, buying into stuff and rebuilding. I mean, that's a big focus right now for me. Obviously,
Yeah.
Carl told me I had to buy more mice to get back to breeding mice. So,
I
yeah.
didn't tell you had to. I just asked you what.
And listen, Carl. When you're like, "Hey, I'd much rather buy from you than buy from somebody else," and I'm like, "All right, twisted my arm. I'm going to do it. Might as well."
I told the truth. I told the truth. I know what you can do with them, and I know you keep them right. So
Yeah. Which
Well,
actually, I got to dump and clean them tonight anyway. Here when we get off. So, yeah.
Well, when we made the move, I lost 4 colonies of breeder females on my rats.
Oof.
So
that happens. Well, you're in Texas, so
Yeah.
heat
Yeah.
and stuff matters.
Yeah.
Heat
That's
and AC.
nuts. That puts a dent. I mean, that
No,
that
it
puts a
really
dent.
does.
Yeah. When you,
'Cause
I mean, go ahead.
That's 20 females.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
my Norwegians actually took a little dip in production, which I've been noticing a trend. Right in spring, they just fall off a little bit, and then I got like maybe a month where it's just enough, and then they're through the roof again for the summer. And I don't
Yeah.
know, maybe it's a line thing, or maybe it's just how they do. I don't know. My ASFs don't have that problem. I'm still weaning like close to 400 every single week.
Well, a lot of it, if Mother Nature would get off of menopause and quit adjusting the daggum thermostat, we'd be doing all the good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely in Indiana for sure. If she'd just say, "Hey,
Well, I
we're
went
gonna give
through
you true
4
spring."
seasons today.
How about we mix our weathers together and then just make it all the same?
Yeah,
I'm
but the
okay
weather
with
where
that.
you're at is amazing all the time.
I mean, yes, compared to yeah,
Compared
Yeah.
to aggressive heat or humidity that just is bipolar, goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. Just
yeah, but it's
There
dry.
you go.
It's
There you go.
dry.
Thank you, Mike.
I
That's
love it when it
community.
rains out here. I love it. But yes, if I had to choose, hence why I still live out here in California, is it's the weather.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah,
a
that was
mile.
us too, Robert. So Big Worm says he had all 4 seasons today. That's the exact same situation I was in. Relatively chilly the first thing in the morning, and then it got nice out, and then it started raining, and then it got nice out, and then it back to snow, like flurries, like I couldn't even see a full city block when I was driving back from the dentist earlier.
Yeah.
And I stop at a restaurant to bring the wife home a sandwich, and then all of a
Sandwich.
sudden, yeah, sandwich. It was like springtime and pretty again. I'm like,
yeah, yeah. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. And working outside in it is the worst. Let's be real. Indiana around this time, it's hey, there might be a tornado, but it's not going to touch down in the main part of town. It's going to touch down in the outskirts somewhere. So just
Yeah.
be prepared. You might hear a lot of wind. Be all right.
we get 70 and 80-mile-an-hour wind gusts just
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah.
If,
I think-
if you go down by my work, there's a huge tree that was uprooted.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wind tunnels, man, they start blowing through them trees and they tear you up. And I know I have to climb on ladders and set my ladders up on those power lines and everything, and it gets you.
Tornadoes would scare me. The
It
end.
get you for sure.
I'd rather deal with hurricanes.
So,
Yeah, it was like 45-mile-an-hour winds today or something like that. It got to gusting pretty hard.
50-mile-an-hour gusts.
Yeah.
But around here we're true Midwesterners. They say tornado watch or tornado warning, and we're out there on the front porch drinking beer watching.
Like, which way is it coming from?
It's kind of
Yeah.
like earthquakes here.
Yeah. You have earthquake parties over there?
No,
Yeah.
they just happen, and we're just like, oh, all right. When's the building gonna stop? All right, cool, we're good.
And that's what it's
That's
about
very-
right there.
Community right here.
Yes.
That's what it's
And
about. Sure.
that's one thing that we're very, very, very opinionated around here about, supporting your fellow breeders and hobbyists. And
Absolutely.
if we all sit and eat, or if one sits and eats, we should all sit and eat,
Exactly.
And if you're helping each other out, you're going to grow more.
Yes. Yep.
So, anything different you want to add, Garrett? You've been kind of quiet and MIA because you've been super busy.
Yeah, man, it's been tearing me up. So like when they came and put our house pad in, okay, my land, it kind of slopes downhill, so all the water would run off. And dude, I've been building porches and everything else. So, Miss Jamie, you work with animals with the kids, right? I say kids, I say the young ones anyway. How much interest do they show? Is it something they really grasp and go with, or is it, or do some of them just like, yeah, that's it's
It ranges from no interest to really interested. And they're interested in certain things. Of course, they always want to see the feedings. Like that's a very common thing. I want to see it eat. And I don't usually do those except for during like lunch I don't do it during class. Because of the fact that I want them, if excuse me, especially with live, of course, that could be traumatic. For some of them, with frozen thawed, not as traumatic, but still I want them to come watch it on their own time. because that really shows whether they're actually interested in it or it's just oh, my friend's
Yeah.
wanting to go watch it, I'm gonna go watch it too.
Yeah.
Some of the other things I do, which shows that wide range of interest with the snakes, is any babies that I have, or actually any snakes that basically I have for sale. If my students want it, give or take, I will give it to them for free if they set up the husbandry to my standard. So they can have most of the snakes for free that we hold in the classroom.
Why
A
couldn't
lot
you
of
be my
times,
teacher?
Right.
I've had people go, I think I'm gonna go get a kid and go have them be part of your classroom, and I'm like, nice try.
Hey, listen. I have kids that are getting ready to go into
Yeah.
6th grade. I'm just saying.
You gotta move out to California.
I can't do
Yep.
that. That's too expensive. Too expensive.
Yes, too expensive. Yes, and
Yeah.
very much it seems to not be the type of climate a lot of people in the industry, not climate weather, but climate.
Yeah.
A lot of the people in the industry don't care for it. So
Right.
Yeah.
they all go, "Wait, you're in that state?" And I'm like, "Yes."
I mean, you tell me I can't
Very-
have
very
ASFs. Like,
restrictive.
come on now.
Yeah.
You're telling me I can't feed them my powerhouse food. Like, nah. Can't
So-
do it. Can't do it. Got to have the ASFs.
But yeah, I've had one child take me up on it, and I have a second child in the process of getting a free snake, but he has to get a certain grade in my class, supposedly, in order to get there. So, from his parents.
Yeah, that's awesome. It holds him accountable to his, setting forth a standard for himself, imposed by his parents. Like, hey, I support that you want that, but you have to perform at this level. And,
Yeah.
and that's a good thing to do as a parent too. Is just to say, hey, I'll support anything you decide you want to do. I'm big about that with mine. I'm like, I advocate for whatever you decide you want to do, but number one, you don't quit. You don't quit it halfway through, and B, you gotta give as much as you want to take. So,
Yeah, his goal right now is no late or missing assignments for the next trimester that's coming up.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, and then also, of course, they have to set up the enclosure properly. That's my standard. I mean, if you want to buy one from me, that's different. If you buy one, then I won't hold you to that. I'll usually give you the paperwork, but I'm not going to stalk you and make sure. And my philosophy is, instead of spending the money to buy the snake, I'd rather you apply that money towards a really sick enclosure.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, have you had any students that showed interest in breeding outside of the classroom, like maybe as a future hobby or?
A little bit, not much. They're middle schoolers. They're not quite. They're not quite there yet.
Yeah.
In that process.
Sometimes you have them that are, and most of them are not, though.
I mean, I have some that are really passionate about animals and snakes. I mean, and not necessarily the breeding aspect, but like the one that got one of my babies in the fall. She loves, like, she would love to have a collection of snakes, not necessarily breed them, but like she just wants them all. And that's kind of the pathway. Have any of my students gone on to graduate and come back to see me? They've not graduated high school yet. My first round of seniors will be, I think next year. Next year, I will have a group of seniors that I had for 7th and 8th grade. Because when I started 5 years ago at this school, I started with 6th and 7th graders. And so, but they come back and visit me, like the ones that are in high school. And I get invited to their their productions and occasionally sports things, and which is really cool. I mean, one thing that's sweet, John, about my school is I get to teach the same group of kids, unless they leave, of course, for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
Right.
So I get to see them for 3 years, and I really get to know them, and I really get to know their families. So it's not like, a regular public school. We're not big enough. I mean, there's some charters too that are big, but my students, the middle school consists currently this year of like 75, 78 kids. And I have them all. So, yeah, we get to know each other really, really well, which is nice, on a good term, and also not so nice. You know which parents to run away from or become busy. I'm sorry. Or you have to give them the 24-hour cooldown. Like when they respond to you, you just give them a little bit of time before you respond back, just because of the fact that, emotions on both ends, my end and their end too. So, but yeah, I do get to see them sometimes, and it's really nice. It's actually probably one of the best gifts a teacher can have is when your past students come back to visit you on their own time.
Yeah, so that's exactly how the Logos and Discovery program was set up. The kids that went there for 6th grade were there in the same exact classroom for 7th and 8th as well. It was pretty neat.
And a lot of times I have siblings, which that's also really fun too. So I have siblings that have rolled over from one group. I'm actually losing one. Let me talk to them on my and wait, what do you mean? What do you mean?
The parents. The bad
parents. No, it's okay. That's okay. I mean, I might teach in probably one of the most conservative areas in California. I'll be honest, I'm not conservative. But yeah, you're laughing.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm not.
No, we just had this conversation the other day.
I accept people. Like I am passionate. I am caring. I am that person. I'm not necessarily, I don't like to consider myself one or the other, but I have pushed buttons because I teach in the conservative area, and I'm very open and friendly. So I'm good. Thank you. I appreciate it. I know how to work. I may look like a baby, but I'm 37. I'm still a baby, but not that much of a baby. Most of the parents are now at least my age. Like we're about like this par. When I first started teaching, it was hard because parents did this like, I'm older than you. And now it's all good.
So
I'm just going to stay sitting over here. I'm just going to stay sitting over here about the age thing.
It's okay. You're a baby. I know you're a baby.
She's got that look in her eyes, John, and I'll say this, she might be fun sized, but it doesn't take very much C4 to blow some shit up. So
I'm so for those of you that are Harry Potter people nerds, or if you aren't, I'm in the house that's represented by the badger. So badger looks
the
cute.
European badger or the American badger, because those are two completely different animals. I'm just going to say that.
But it's still the same concept where we look cute and fuzzy and fluffy until you make us mad or until you get on the bad side. And that is very much who I am. It's hard to get on my bad side, but I will be sneaky. I'm sneaky. I'm sneaky when need to be. There's a reason my husband is called a butthole, and I'm able to deal with him. Like everyone calls him I'm using the school appropriate PG term, a butthole. He's Captain Butthole. And a lot of my friends and his friends are like, how are you with him? Like, you are not a butthole. And I'm like, you don't know me. Versus my husband goes, yeah. My husband and I are like yin and yang. or at least appear that way. But if you know a yin and a yang, in the center of each of them is that dot of the opposite color. So
Yeah.
he's a big teddy bear on the inside. I'm a
For the
butthole
right
on the inside.
Two sides of the same coin, right? There you go.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So yes, I know how to, John. I got it. But I appreciate that.
So for years and years, I thought people thought, were checking me out because every time I'd walk out of the room, they'd be like, what an ass. And my wife broke it down, broke my heart. She said, honey, you're built like a chalkboard back there. You're flat. You ain't got no ass. So,
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Golly.
And they the arts and craft. Yeah. That's it also.
Yeah, you were breaking up a little bit for me. I don't know what everybody else heard.
It's hard to get inside. That's what I said. But you don't want to miss that.
Just still glitched pretty good.
Awkward silence.
Oh, you were glitching really bad, so we were only hearing like bits and pieces.
Yeah, we were concentrating really hard.
They're like, what did she say?
Oh. Am I still glitching?
No, you're cleared up now.
Not as bad. Not as bad. Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Unless she freezes
Look at
again.
your or pull up your Instagram. I sent you a picture of a female that has no Xanthic in her that I'm picking up tomorrow. That is that pastel dark phase. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That is wild.
Yeah. So that's the Morph Market picture when she was a baby, and now she's like black.
So, wow.
Okay.
Oh, Josh's comment.
Why am I getting attacked?
He's on your case today. Normally it's pointed at me.
Milk through a hot dog? Did you put a hole through the hot dog? Is that some sexual joke that I'm not privy to yet?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that.
Ew.
A glizzy.
Ew.
I've heard that somewhere before.
Oh my lanta.
I'm sorry. It made me break the second.
You're
I typed it.
good.
That was great.
You're perfectly fine. Are you sending it to your computer or are you showing it on your phone?
I am sending it to my computer really fast.
Okay. Because I was like, I can always pull it up. Yeah, I
Well,
saw it.
if you have it on your computer,
size, I might as well get her and throw.
if you have it on your computer, you can hit that little present,
Ooh.
and I can pull it up that way.
Oh,
That's-
I can do
That's
that.
it's a more direct route. You just have to know where the file is.
I can do that. I'm going to do that in a second here. I'm doing a couple tips. You guys talk. Talk.
Yeah, Nick popped back in. He said he had to cook, clean, and eat. So
I'm not mad at that.
yeah, I don't blame him there. I had to eat dinner before we got started tonight too. So peanut butter
Yeah.
sandwich.
I tried to tell him I was take a minute to set up, and he didn't have to scarf it down, but he was like, "Okay."
Listen, it was at 7:00, man. I'm on the dot. I try to be as punctual as
Okay,
possible.
so here is.
Wait.
The
Let me get the
female-
other one up first, actually. Let me get the other one up first because the other one,
Oh,
you got to
wanna
see
show
the baby.
first?
Yeah,
wanna
you
see
got to do the baby first.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
All right. So here is baby.
Okay.
So
Yellow belly
remember,
pastel
guys,
pie. What it looked
dark
like when it
hair.
was a baby, when she
Okay.
bought it 4 or 5 years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
Now here is it as an adult. I wish I could zoom
Night
in.
What
and day.
the heck? Oh my gosh.
And that goes back to earlier conversation about the dark phase being attached to pastel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you said she is het for TSK.
No, she's
No
not.
hits.
No, she's
No
not.
het.
Yeah, she said no axanthic at all.
No Exanthic. Yep. Yellow belly pastel pie. I keep trying to get her to tell me who the breeder was too, though.
Yeah.
And it's not on there. And I did like a reverse image search, and I was like, you can't find it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So Michael with Third Coast, he has one that is incredibly, like eerily the same.
Yeah.
That switched up like that.
There you go. I
And,
made the other picture closer.
Possibly
Val had one. Val has one that was the exact opposite.
Oh,
Like
went lighter.
Yeah, she shed one day and then boom, she was lighter. And it happened after she had laid a clutch.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Is James still on here? Is he hiding? All City? All City, did you hear yourself? Are your ears burning? No. Okay. I was going to go grab the thing that he didn't. He was like, did I miss the fire? But since he's not in here, I won't show the fire.
So when Third Coast said it's connected to Nova, is that like Nova's a trait? I'm assuming
Another gene.
another gene. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know them all, and
It's okay.
I focus on the stuff that I like and want to have in collection. So I actually I talked to Carl earlier today, and I got something coming in the next few weeks that's going to be pretty wicked that I'm looking forward to messing with.
I feel like it's more likely connected to pastel than Nova, just simply because it's happening in a lot of TSK, or not TSK, Exanthic, because it's also happened in VPI too.
That's what it has.
And a lot of times Exanthic and pastel are intertwined in a lot. And so that's why I feel like it's more statistically more correlated with that.
Yeah. Well, and there's several examples that it doesn't have anything but pastel and maybe one other gene.
Yeah.
And they're switching up like that. So
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's amazing. It's amazing. It's almost to me as interesting as you hear some of these snakes that are paradoxed.
Yeah.
And they will actually genetically test different on this piece of shed that tests normal, and then this piece of shed will test visual recessive for whatever, and it's obviously not a visual recessive. It blows my mind a little.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, and the science behind it all, it's still it's growing as the community grows, obviously, right?
Yeah,
So like shed testing and stuff like that, they don't have a test for everything yet. There's so many new traits that are coming to the forefront as they're still trying to play catch up just with stuff that's already established. So when you think about it like that, it's like, are we racing to catch up, or are we like? It goes back to you saying continue to keep learning, because that's all we're doing. That's all we keep doing is we keep learning new things and hear about this happened and this person had this happened and like a lot of different variety going on, and everybody's experience is slightly different thing with each of the traits that we all may have present at some point, like I get so I see a lot of pastel that floats around local shows that you see it's real bright and pretty when it's hatchling, and then the second it gets older, it browns out. It just turns brown, but it doesn't do that dark phase thing. So the dark phase and the brown out is two completely different things.
Yeah.
And when a lot of people in the chat now obviously know that, they're like, they know the difference. They can distinguish the difference. The brown out effect of what most kind of heavily stepped on pastel stuff is not as desirable. So that's why a lot of people are like, I don't want pastel in my collection because I'm worried about this. So when you get somebody that's like, hey, I want it for this effect, it's like, that's a different approach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Howard said, "We want to see the fire."
Okay.
Yeah.
He can catch it on replay. Everybody send messages to his IG and say you missed out. You have to watch it. It's an Easter egg. It's hidden in the show somewhere.
Right.
So you
Yeah,
got to
you
suffer through the
got-
whole
Yeah.
2.5 hour show.
You got to rewatch the whole thing.
James has seen it. Her. Okay. Should I tell you what she is,
Yes.
or do you just want to figure it out?
Oh, you're gonna make us guess for it, huh?
So
I can give
is
you
there a
hints.
Belgian in there?
What?
Is there a Belgian in there?
No.
No.
Single gene.
Single gene.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Sable. I'm just gonna throw a shot at Sable.
No.
Oh, dang. It's something in the Granite Complex.
Yep. Granite Complex. Ooh, she's got a lion. Rawr. Right there. Rawr.
I don't want to say that. I don't think it's right.
It's not
So is
orange.
it
Grim?
No, I will say it's not Nanny Carnage.
Grim.
Nope, not Grim.
Dang.
Almost looks Twister.
Yeah. Mm. Mm-hmm.
Going upside down.
Yeah, that's definitely not one I'm familiar with.
Yeah, I'm drawing blanks.
It's like she doesn't have too many dead giveaways on her head. That's technically a giveaway if you know it, but
Oh, her little bow tie.
no, above that,
Oh, the little white
a little
voice.
phantom ghosty. Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. All right. Do you want me to just tell you?
Yeah. We're
It's
drawing
secret.
blanks here.
We are students.
She is a Hatari.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I've not even looked into that.
Never even heard the term. Okay. All right. I like it. She definitely put me in the concept, like when everybody's I say Grim too, because I'm like, okay, if it's not like Super Sable or Sable or something like that, not it definitely doesn't give the voodoo aspect or look, so you're thinking like, okay, what else could fit that Granite Complex?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go watch Randy with Dark Cloud Reptiles on a lot of his guesting on different podcasts. He talks and shows off more of Hatari, and then the super form, which is
Okay.
Atari,
Okay.
which looks really cool in the Granity phase. There's only a couple of us that work this morph.
Gotcha.
And
Is it
all
question? I will just ask the question. Does it get busier with the super form? Okay.
It does. So, but yeah, he's got a super, and then he's got a bunch more. All of mine come from his collection. He's not the founder of the gene, I think. I don't want to quote the wrong person, so I'm not going to say who I think the founder is. But yeah, this is what James wanted me to pull out.
Okay. So when you said Hatari, like H, Atari, so it's like
Hetari.
Het.
Atari.
Okay, that's what I was
Atari.
thinking. I'm like, that sounds about like what they're
They
trying to
used
get
to
at.
think it was possibly recessive, but now they have
Okay.
found that it is not.
Okay, and they just haven't went to go about renaming it because it's already been established.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, Atari was, I think, the original. Does that make sense? Atari
Okay.
was
Yeah.
the original, and
Uh-huh.
they found that to be a super form versus a recessive form.
Okay. So they found the super before they found the single representative. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
No. Yeah.
And with everyone who gets confused, because everyone's like, well, there's no such thing as dominant and codominant and recessive and heterozygous and homozygous, and I go, yes, the thing is that all those terms should not be used in the same
Yeah.
vernacular. Ha!
Yeah.
There, words.
There you go.
That heterozygous and homozygous are separate from dominant, codominant, and recessive.
Yes.
So that those three terms, the dominant, codominant, and recessive, is how do they express themselves visually. In order for a recessive trait to express itself visually, it needs to be in homozygous form, which means you have to have 2 copies of it to see it visually.
There you
Sorry.
go. There you go.
Always
Science lesson. There you go.
makes-
First-hand entry-level genetics with Professor Pythons over here.
Well, everyone always is like, those words, there's no such thing, because technically when it's het something, I mean, technically a dominant trait can be het. It's heterozygous.
Yeah.
And that's why, and you can see it visually, and because it's a dominant trait, you can see it visually in the heterozygous form. There we go. Words.
Yeah. So basic terminology. Heterozygous means single copy,
Correct.
and homozygous means 2 copies. And
Two
that's
of that
that's
gene.
where a lot of people get things kind of twisted. They don't think of it as the science mind, and they think of it as an industry terminology.
Versus like a super form is technically homozygous. A super
Yes.
form of a dominant gene is homozygous. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that does not mean the super form is a recessive gene. Words. So, enough of my big face. Take me off the screen, please.
You sure? We were teaching class very well.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Just passing along knowledge to a lot of people.
Yeah.
That we
Well, I
Yeah, I
don't
had to figure out how to, like, and I always forget, of course, when I go on these lives, there's a metaphor that I came up with at one point to explain it, because I've had other big name breeders go, no, and I go, "Ugh, I can't. Recessive just means that you have to have 2 copies in order to see it.
Yeah.
And anyone that goes, well, there's pied markers, there's this markers, and I'm like, but is that consistent? Like, is it always true? No,
No.
it isn't.
No, it can mean you have a higher probability sometimes, but I have hets myself that show 0 of the markers.
Yeah.
And I've got some that are blatant in your face, like the pied ringer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But not all snakes with ringers are het pied.
Yeah.
So there
Right, I
again,
think
the
Champagne right
inconsistency.
there.
And
I mean,
not
you
all
see
the
Champagne
het
and
pieds have
Mitch right there
ringers.
with the ringer.
Too.
Yeah.
And the thing too that I explain to people is we, once again, as human beings, we put words to try to make things simpler to understand, and genes are a lot more complicated than what, like heterozygous, homozygous, recessive, dominant, codominant, all that stuff. They're a lot more complicated. Hence why you have 3 brown-eyed children, brown hair, and 1 blue-eyed. And one, I mean,
Yeah.
here's another little weird tidbit. My brother has blue eyes and blonde hair. My dad has blue eyes and brown hair. My mom has green eyes and brown hair. I have brown hair and brown eyes. So, what we learned in school when we were told that blue eyes are recessive and blonde hair is recessive is actually not true. It's a lot more complicated than that.
Right. Yeah. Well, because when I was born blonde headed, right? So my hair was very light. It was like a sandy blonde color, and then it darkened up. He still swears that's a mailman's kid. Listen. Just a second. I'll pull up a photo.
Oh, I got you. I
I
was
can't
so bad
deny him.
too.
I can't
I
deny
had
it.
blonde hair, and now I have dark brown. And the reason behind that is what determines our hair
You're a
color.
dark face.
Huh?
You're a
You
dark
said
face.
you're dark face.
I'm a dark phase. Yep, exactly. I shed it, and then yep, yeah,
So there's no denying you're the same eyebrow ridge, same structure with the nose and everything. It's
Yeah.
definitely my kid.
yeah. I mean,
Mini
so
Yeah.
melanin is what determines our darkness of things,
Right.
and especially in humans. And so your melanin expression when you were a child was not high in your hair, and as you aged, your hair cells increased in melanin. But I would bet that if you were to go spend all the time out in the sun with your hair now, it would get lighter.
It does.
It does.
It does.
Yeah.
Especially in my facial hair. I'll catch it. It'll start going silver almost right here along my beard line.
Yeah. So it has to do with the melanin and how that it interacts as you age, as well as the expression in there, because that also determines your eye color and your skin color. So
Well, I figured out why my ginger wife burns so much. She's hypo.
yeah, she has little to no melanin.
There you go.
She's a pastel.
Oh yeah.
And she's a yellow pastel, not a brown out pastel.
Yeah, she's
I definitely am
hypo.
gonna run around saying I'm dark phase now, although I probably would
She's
get canceled.
heterozygous for fire. She said heterozygous fire.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, redhead is like a crazy is one of the craziest mutations in humans.
Trust me, I know. I live with her 15 personalities.
Yeah. Understood. It was funny. I did the whole unit in science on melanin, and so then of course my kids are running around going, "We're all just shades of melanin. We're all just melanin. We're just shades of melanin. You have less melanin than me. I have more melanin. That's why I'm tan." And I was like, "All right, calm down now. Calm down, melanin children."
They learned something new.
Yeah. And I mean, even to that, that's actually, it's a great way to look at things, because, we always tend to categorize it based off of, our outward expression of our traits. But in all honesty, it's just how saturated are the traits? How much melanin do you have versus what I have? It doesn't make us different genetically. I mean, it does. Yes, we have different genetic. There's wrong term. Sorry. Apologies. Wrong term. It doesn't. We're still human beings, correct? Right?
Yes.
We still foundationally are from the same genus as you claim. So, but we have different representations of those same traits. They express themselves outwardly differently. So, for a lot of those people that cast judgment, I'm going to judge somebody based off the content of their character, not the way that they express themselves outwardly.
Well, I mentioned how as human beings, even though we think we are, we might consider ourselves intellectually evolved. Sorry, I always hate saying that because part of me is like, are we? But
Right.
biologically, we aren't. We haven't been around that long. And everything that our bodies in themselves are not evolved in a sense of how quickly our minds have evolved with tools and things like that. And that's because our mind has evolved with tools, and we I mean, science lesson. Hi, sorry. We talk about how we get on the melanin discussion is we do a whole unit on the light rays and how it hits Earth and skin cancer, and why some people are more prone to skin cancer versus others. And one of the factors is melanin. If you have less melanin in your skin, you are more prone to skin cancer. Sorry for your wife, because she's got less melanin. And then we started talking about, how does that, prior to boats and prior to cars and trains and like big expansive movement, you would find people living near the equator, which gets the most direct sunlight, would have the most melanin in their skin, versus if you moved farther away from the equator, you're going to get people who have less melanin in their skin. So if you are looking at yourself, that's part of the way that you can tell where your ancestors came from, give or take, is if you have less melanin, most of your ancestors are going to come from areas that get less sunlight, because naturally their skin is not needing that protection in those colder climates, and it's needing to preserve the energy to focus on other aspects, versus those who are at the equator, they need more melanin to help deflect the sun. And so you tend to find people who are tanner near those equators, or if you go farther away, that's why we burn. If we move to places that are the equator and you do not have melanin.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Back when we used to run wagon and no trains, no wagons, just horses. Just horses and good old feet. These aren't.
Yo.
Oh, she froze again.
Yeah. Perfect pose.
Perfect
by the way.
pose right there.
That's it. That's it. Kayla's going to
Batman.
Antarctica. I can ensure her survival there.
I hear Ireland is nice.
Like Greenland, something, up
Yeah,
north,
yeah.
up north.
No fun. But
Her voice is back. Now she's back.
Starting to.
my computer's just telling me dinner time now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 7:00 now for me. Husband's home and
It's,
he's like, "You don't tell you when I'm home, but there's no dinner." I blame them. I'm frozen.
Yeah, busy time. Internet usage.
Yes. Yeah.
So it is 9:52 here.
Yeah. Yep. Nice. She's still.
Frozen.
Yeah. There you
Yeah.
go.
You're starting to come
There,
back.
All right. With that, we're getting close to 3 hours, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
you gotta
third
put
part.
out by all means.
I overshot my bedtime. I like to be in bed at 9 p.m. Eastern. But I'm pulling a late nighter over here. So
Yeah, well, we're geeking out with the science talk. At
right,
least I am.
right, yeah,
So,
absolutely.
A good company. Guys.
yeah. Definitely we've got open schedule. I mean, we can have different, you can be on, show off some different fire sometime. Come back in a
Yeah,
few
maybe
months.
when babies start to happen in the fall.
Yeah. Let's say come back in a few
Yeah.
months. Maybe
I mean, and
produce
if
a few more
have
things.
a couple announcements, but I can't announce until announced.
Gotcha.
I got contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something.
It sounds good. And
Yeah.
do send me some links so I can spam out. Go vote for Professor Pythons. And
sure.
do you have anything you want to glitch out and say before you leave?
If anyone that's still chilling on chat or watching the replay wants to send a t-shirt for a US art quilt, I'm also collecting those. It can be a shirt, it can be anything on material. It doesn't have to be a shirt. If you want to sign on it, yep, Sashmo's got his up there, Mr. Carl.
He's got mine too.
Nice.
They're going in the same box.
Nice. I love it. Perfect.
And I'm throwing in one for you to keep.
Woohoo! I love that. I'll be sewing it this summer. I think we might start over spring break. We might start cutting all of it and backing all the shirts. My mom and I, we kind of do an assembly line. But yeah, if any of you want to send anything that's on fabric, we throw it onto this quilt. It can even be lanyards, patches. Just message to me. You can message me on Instagram and I'll send you my address to send that to. This year, my goal is to make them every year, and to do them for different auctions across the United States that have to do with reptiles and insects and all that jazz. I'm going to try my best not to do them at the same expos that we've already done so that it rotates it around. This coming year, the ones that we're doing this summer, I want to do like an online one so that it can reach everybody that participates.
Have you chosen a platform?
Not yet.
Okay.
We'll get there. We'll maybe do some planned thing of like a group of everyone. Not so no one gets pissy with me on.
No, I'm not talking about
Yeah,
do it
no.
on my show. Do it on my show. I'm saying, have you planned on YouTube, Instagram, like a platform?
I haven't yet. No, I haven't. I won't until we get it made. It's a long process to make, especially because it's just my mom and I. And well, my mom and I, and then we usually find one of her quilter friends to actually do the quilting part. We just
quilting and
show the front and the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it usually, like this last year, the 2025 quilts, I ended up being able to make 3 separate ones. Took one to Tinley and auctioned it off there. And Justin from Canova won that one. So it's going to be hung in his facility. And then one was auctioned off here in Pomona. Not this last one, but like not the last Pomona show that happened, but a little bit before. I think it was the fall Pomona show. And then we auctioned off one. No, we just auctioned off those 2. The third one I still have. I've been holding on to it until we make the next 3 because I've been using it hanging up behind my booth when I vend to be able to get people to donate more and to see the quality.
Well, I remembered that story, and that's why I didn't write 26 on mine when I signed. So
it will be 2026. Like if we get them before the summer, I will be including them in the summer quilt. And that's basically what I plan on doing every year is collecting them, and it will be most likely auctioned off either. You got to look at it like it'll be auctioned off my school year 2026 because it's I really can't do it during the year. It's hard. A lot of times I don't have time during the year. That during the breaks it seems to go a lot.
Man, she really suffers from peak times, doesn't she?
Yes. Maybe you need to fly out there and fix her internet.
Hey, if they have Xfinity, I don't know. They do things different on the West Coast than they do in the Midwest. You know, we actually are in the Midwest. We prototype a lot of the products before they release them to like the entire nation. So a lot of things get released here first. So we'll get like we get expression before everywhere else does.
And then once you get into a higher volume area, you've always got a little bit of bugs.
Yeah. I know that when you get more like close to like downtown here, even because of how densely populated it is downtown, you do get a lot of conflicting times where things start to fall together. Yeah. Hey, maybe it might have been your computer. Might have crashed out.
So, Robert, are you talking about the shirts? Get it in by May?
Yeah, I would imagine probably.
Yeah, it's right towards the end of the school year.
Yeah, I know schools do it differently, kind of all over, really. But
yeah. But so ours are bagged up. I'm gonna take them tomorrow or Wednesday to the post office and get them sent out. So.
Cool.
For anybody who didn't hear, hit her up on Instagram if you would like your shirt to be included in the quilt, and she'll send you a mailing address. You order it, either drop ship directly to her or get it yourself and then mail it like we did. We decided to get it shipped to us so we could actually put our signature on it.
Yep.
And I'll give you a little hint, something that works out great. These metallic Sharpies, the permanent marker, and she's back. They work great for signing your shirts, and they show up really well.
Yeah, yeah. Especially if you have a black based shirt,
Yeah.
which a lot of people tend to lean to the black t-shirts. So yeah, metallic Sharpies work great to sign them.
And if you
Yeah,
have
and
a
then-
color other than black, send that because that will show up really well in the quilt.
Yeah, it'd be surrounded in a sea of black. So-
Yeah, no, seriously, black is the biggest color shirt that like we got. And we use every part of the shirt. So if your shirt has a logo that's like this on the front or something tiny on the sleeve, we try to cut everything out and incorporate it somewhere. A lot of times too, if your shirt has a logo on the front and then a logo on the back, we'll separate it into the two different quilts so that your logo is spread out amongst the
Yeah.
world. Yeah. Sorry, I keep lagging out. I think it just really is telling me it's time to go eat dinner. But thank you
Your
guys for
husband-
having me on today.
Absolutely.
Well, we appreciate having you. I always enjoy watching you on people's lives. So it was great to actually have you with us. So
Yeah.
I always do learn a lot when you talk. So
Thank
consider
you.
me a very, very big supporter and an
Yeah.
avid student. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I never can rewatch the videos because I pick myself apart so much.
I'm the same way. I quit even trying. If it's a blooper and it lives out there and you find it, chuckle it up because I'm not going to watch it again.
Oh, the dancing, the frozen pose like this, gold. They're golden. At the end of
Like
the
I
day.
tell my students, just make a funny face in all your pictures because then you can just
Yeah.
say you intentionally did that.
Yeah, like I look like that all the
Yeah.
time. Why not?
So I will be generating clips and I'll tag you as a creator so you can share it out if you so choose.
Oh, I will. Did I freeze
All
again?
right.
Yeah, no, you're
Garrett,
good.
do you have any closing words, Garrett?
Not tonight.
Not tonight. John, how about yourself?
Just as always, everybody, thank you so much for the support. We love and appreciate everything that you do for us. Really blowed up in the chat tonight, which was awesome. Jamie, as always, a pleasure. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for helping us learn some science stuff because that we need a lot more of that. You definitely gave a lot of clarity and a lot of purpose to school and how important it is, and everybody go give her some support. Help her students out. Let that learning keep going. Let that next generation of kid grow up to be inspired to do what we do. We need that. Advocate for those kids coming through and everything. But yeah, other than that, awesome show. Thank you guys.
Yeah. And I'll kind of parrot a little bit of what John said. I'm going to say fatmannation.com. Go check it out. Get you some merch. Support the disabled vets and first responders. Definitely look Professor Python. Look her up. Jamie, go vote every single day. One free vote. You don't have to pay. One free vote every single day. Right? If you have multiple accounts, do it from multiple accounts.
Or just share it with total
What?
strangers.
Yeah, just spam it. Share it out. Share it out. If you follow me on Instagram, it will be posted. If you follow Jamie on Instagram, don't. You're slacking. Go follow her. It will be posted. And as always, man, support everybody in the community. Yeah, we're still here, Val. There's another guy. If you're on TikTok, go look up Val. He's got some good stuff. Some funny stuff happens there, especially when you get Josh involved. But go support our sponsors because they provide us with support, and we think that's
Absolutely.
cool. Go follow Val. He's a very big supporter. Go follow Dirty Bay over here. He's one of our biggest sponsors. He's helped us out quite a bit, and
He's
give
amazing.
us an avenue to be able to do what we're doing. And go check out reptileads.com. Go check them out. Subscribe, browse the site, get used to it. It's a little funny getting used to it when you're used to Morph Market and things like that. But I promise you it's nice. And I'll pull up with Third Coast. This is his coin statement right here. Apes strong together. It's true. It's true. We stick together. We are better for it. Support everybody around you, and you will receive a support back.
Hey, Val.
And for that, I think we'll wish you guys a good night. Thank you for sticking in and hanging out for so long. We got 11 people here still. That means a lot. I saw us up to 2022, I think it was at one time, which is pretty good. Pretty good for us. Good night, guys.